Well deserved. For all the people out there that are hating on the deal at about $53 million. What do we do with Giannis right now? Everybody.
Introducing the bold, the powerful, the all-new 2025 Range Rover Sport P530 Dynamic SE. A luxury SUV that commands attention with its refined design, dynamic performance, and cutting-edge technology. Lease the 2025 Range Rover Sport for just $15.29 per month for 36 months. Drive in style, power, and comfort, all for just $15.29 a month. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take the new Range Rover Sport for a spin. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Introducing DQ Grill and Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill and Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 24 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and Men's Lacrosse title. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the number one selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Let's go to the Rapids. Go splash, go wild, go together. With over 40 water slides and family-friendly fun, there's something for everyone. Save big on tickets and season passes this summer when you buy online. Upgrade and get unlimited visits, free parking, and more with a season pass. Experience the all-new Mega Mayhem, Florida's first dueling water coaster. Visit rapidswaterpark.com to buy now. Rapids, South Florida's largest water park. Let's go.
This is ESPN 1063.
ESPN 106.3 congratulates the Kaiser Seahawks men's tennis team for their first ever national championship. It's national title number 26 for Kaiser Athletics. Get more info at KUSeahawks.com and here on ESPN 106.3, the home of Kaiser Athletics.
Evan Cohen here, reminding you that ESPN 106.3 is the official home for Inter Miami Soccer. Tonight, the Stars hit the pitch as Inter Miami takes on Philly under the lights. Messi and company face a tough road test. Coverage kicks off at 7. Don't blink.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the league!
This is the Inter Miami pregame show, live from the ESPN West Palm studios. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Number one team in the Eastern Conference. That's who Inter Miami is doing battle with coming up tonight. The Philadelphia Union, a team in which Inter Miami beat earlier this year at Chase Stadium. Welcome on in, folks, to the pregame show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Get on out to your South Florida Audi dealer now. Test drive that brand new Q6 e-tron today with your local South Florida Audi dealer. Now, Inter Miami has faced off against Philadelphia this year, I've mentioned, but they've had two visits to Subaru Park in general as a club. So this is a certainly a place where Inter Miami hasn't played a lot, but Philadelphia this year is somebody who you certainly have to take serious. Ty Baribo, he's the Golden Boot winner right now. If the season were to end, their striker, Ty Baribo, he would be the winner of the Golden Boot, which means, you know, the most goals within the MLS. So this is obviously an opponent in which Inter Miami is taking very, very serious. This is, and I think from here on out, you know, until further, you know, time, Inter Miami is going to be taking every single opponent very, very serious. 3-10 in their last. They've won 3 out of their last 10. How about that? 1 out of their last 7. So this is a side who's looking for a win in the worst way. And I think that Javier Mascherano is trying to find something within the squad. He's going with a 4-4-2 tonight. Let's get you guys some starting lineups. Lionel Messi will be playing tonight. It is a 4-4-2, and Messi and Suarez will be starting up top. So we do have Lionel Messi within the lineup. Luis Suarez is in the lineup as well. And as I've mentioned, a 4-4-2, 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 2 up top. Let's start away from I mentioned, by the way, already, Messi and Suarez. Let's start from the back and work our way to the top. You have Oscar Ustari between the posts. That's Javier Mascherano's guy when healthy and available. Ustari has. I'm going to try to be as nice as I can. Ustari certainly hasn't been the kind of keeper we saw early on in the year. How about that? Ustari was one of the better goalkeepers within the MLS first 5, 6, 7 games of the MLS season for our Herons. But lately, Oscar has had a couple of oopsies. How about that? A couple of oopsies on the defensive side. But certainly, Oscar looking to get back on track. He is in goal tonight. Also, Inter Miami picked up a goalkeeper, which we will talk about in just a second. But Noah Allen, Toto Aviles, Gonzalo Lujan, and Ian Frey. That's your 4 in the back. It's your 4 defenders. Noah Allen playing left back, Toto Aviles playing left center back, Gonzalo Lujan right center back, Ian Frey sitting at right back. You mentioned you might be saying, Riz, where's Jordi Alba? Well, Jordi Alba is playing, I believe I'm calling it a left midfielder, a left midi. Sergio Busquets, left center mid, Yannick Bright, right center mid, Tadio Allende at right mid, and then up top, you got Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. Let's flip it on over to Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is going with the exact same formation as the Herons, a 4-4-2. You got Rick in goal. Rick will be between the posts for Philadelphia. Hariel at right back. Glesnes at right center back. Makahana at left center back. And then Wagner at left back. Moving on to the midfield, you got Sullivan, Jakes, Lukic, and Vasiljev. And then Baribo and Uhari up top. But Baribo, the Israeli striker, has really been able to find his footing this year. He's really in form. He's got 12 goals this year already. And I think he is a player at Inter Miami is trying to, put in a box. Now, Baribo didn't do much in that first matchup against the Herons. If we could rewind quickly to that 2-1 victory back on March 29th, Robert Taylor, who is no longer with our Inter Miami Herons, got in the 23rd minute, and Lionel Messi scored in the 57th. Gazdag ended up getting in the 80th for for Philadelphia, rather. Made things interesting down the stretch and down crunch time. And now, Gazdag no longer with the team, by the way. It was a couple of transfers that happened for Philadelphia, and Gazdag no longer with the team. He is with the Columbus Crew. Gazdag, a player that Inter Miami already faced off against the second time when they went up to Cleveland and faced off against the Crew at Huntington Bank Stadium where the Cleveland Browns play. And they will be seeing Gazdag in just, I believe, in the next couple of games, because Columbus is going to be right on that fixture, on the next couple of fixtures for Inter Miami. And it's a big piece, I thought, for Philadelphia. I was surprised Philadelphia got sold Gazdag as they did. He was one of their better players, but nonetheless, certainly Philadelphia has been able to figure things out. May 31st, next Saturday, by the way, this time next week, Inter Miami will be hosting Columbus at Chase Stadium. And then in the middle, we got middle of the week MLS action, Inter Miami and Montreal. So those are your next 2 fixtures before Philadelphia, but we are focusing on Philadelphia. 7:30 kickoff in Philadelphia. Ken Levica and Oscar Gonzalez, our OG, they are going to be on site for the call. Going to be a great one coming up in a couple of minutes. But I mentioned a 4-4-2 for Inter Miami. Jordi Alba, again, playing that left mid position, not a left back position. The last time Inter Miami trotted out this lineup, they were losers 3-0 at home against Orlando City. And we'll hear a couple of those highlights coming up in the second segment. But Inter Miami trying to get back on track after losing a derby at home. But Philadelphia tonight, a good way to bounce back. Could be a really good way to bounce back, because as I've mentioned already during the show, Philadelphia, number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, a plus 13 goal differential. This is a team who scores. This is a team who outscores their opponent. They're 9-2-3 on the year, 9 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. the exact same record as FC Cincinnati, but Cincinnati lacking on the goal differential department. They are +4, while Philadelphia is sitting at +13. But battle of the two strikers up top, I feel like I'm watching late 90s, early 2000s soccer all over again. The 4-4-2, very popular lineup, I'd say back in the day, about 20 years ago. Manchester United historically ran a 4-4-2 a lot with Sir Alex Ferguson. A lot of teams that I grew up watching ran a 4-4-2, and I'm actually surprised at Javier Mascherano going back to a 4-4-2 once again. He's been switching things up, and listen, I give him some credit. Because things aren't clicking for Inter Miami right now, and you want to switch things up. But we've seen 4-4-2s. We've seen let me get this right. A 4-2-3-1. Yes, that was it. 4-2-3-1, where you've had two center defensive mids covering in front of the defense, then a right wing, left wing, and a central attacker and a striker. So I'm a little shocked to see the same formation that kind of got them ran out of the gym. I was about to say ran off the pitch. How about that? This time last week in a derby game against Orlando City. It was last Sunday, by the way. That game got moved, but certainly Inter Miami going to be trying to find their form after losing 3-0 to Orlando City. Let's take our first time out of the pregame show. This is your Inter Miami pregame show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealer today. Test drive that brand new Q6 e-tron. Pull into that lot at Chase Stadium in style with the Q6 e-tron today. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. When we come back, we'll hear highlights from the great one, Ken Levica. Ken was on the call for the game against Orlando City. We'll go through the 3 goals that City scored, but we will also go through the big chances that another great one, Lionel Messi, had on goal. There are plenty of chances for Messi in this game. Certainly Orlando City's goalkeeper was, as we say, standing on his head at moments. We'll hear all of that, and hopefully will our Herons to victory in Philadelphia. We are about 20-ish, 25-ish, 26, 27-ish minutes away from that ball rolling in Philadelphia. This is the Inter Miami pregame show on your Inter Miami radio network.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Introducing DQ Grill and Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill and Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at kaisergolfcenter.com.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home? If the answer is no, EDS is yes. Theo here, and for me, EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing is my go-to, and it should be yours too. EDS is Palm Beach County's trusted AC and plumbing expert. They'll make sure your air and water flow perfectly. EDS is a train comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Go to edsisyes.com. That's edsisyes.com. When comfort matters, EDS is yes.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jimam Ashur and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Inter Miami playing the top team in that Eastern Conference. Philadelphia with 29 points on the Eastern Conference table and a whopping plus 14 goal differential. Ty Baribo, their Israeli striker, right now is the Golden Boot winner. If the season ended today, give Ty Baribo that Golden Boot. Welcome on into the Inter Miami pregame show. Once again, we are powered by our local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Philadelphia, win, win, draw, win, win. Their last 5. They are on fire. Our Herons, loss, win, loss, draw, loss. Perfect time to get back on track for our Herons and to hand Philadelphia their first loss in 5 games. So let's go through the starting 11s once again. We're going to also go back and listen to a couple of the highlights the last time we were on right here on the Inter Miami Radio Network. It was the Florida Derby. Our Herons losing 3-0 to Orlando City. Lionel Messi, I thought, played very well. We'll hear a couple of scoring opportunities for the great one in that game and the goals as well for Orlando City, but certainly some things to work on. If you're Javier Mascherano, you played a really good 40 minutes in that game. I think you throw out the tape in the second half, but if you're Mascherano, you focus on the good that happened in that first half. I could argue Inter Miami at one point could have been up 2-3-0 in that first half if some of their chances hit the back of the net. But we know how soccer is, folks, and goals change games. And Orlando was the one that was able to score the goals, not our Inter Miami Herons. But regardless, we will hear a couple of those highlights here in just a second. But going through the 11s once again, Inter Miami going with a 4-4-2. So, folks, it's a battle of 4-4-2s tonight. Javier Mascherano, our gaffer for our Inter Miami Herons, going with that 4-4-2 again, and he is going to go with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez up top. So we're going to have two strikers up top for our Herons. And, to answer all the questions in the YouTube chat, yes, Lionel Messi is playing tonight. Messi will be playing tonight in Philadelphia. So let's put that to bed. But let's work our way from the back and let's start in the back and work our way to the top, as the kids say. Oscar Ustari is in goal. He's going to be the goalie if Mascherano is, still the gaffer of this team. I'm starting to believe that. They did sign Yarborough, a goalie, veteran goalie. They also have Rocco Rios Novo in that position. But I talked earlier, Oscar had an incredible first 5, 6, 7 games within the MLS. Certainly has not been the goalie that we saw early on in the year, but he could turn things around quickly. Oscar is a savvy vet who's played a lot of soccer in his time, but Ustari between the goalposts and in the net. Left back, Noah Allen. Left center back, Toto Aviles. Aviles back in the starting 11. We haven't seen Toto in the starting 11 in a long, long time. But Aviles, left center back. Gonzalo Luan, right center back. Ian Frey at right back. You're probably saying, where's Jordi Alba? Well, Jordi Alba for the second straight game in a row playing left mid. I somewhat think he's out of position a bit. He's been, for years, he's been one of the best left backs in world football. But he will be playing left mid again tonight. Sergio Busquets playing left center mid. Yannick Bright, right center mid. And Tadeo Allende going to be playing right mid. I'm assuming Allende is going to be up top most of the time. I kind of see how this formation, my best guess how this formation is going to shake out. Alba is going to be in the attack, but I think kind of at a distance. Jordy's really good at sending balls in and trying to get the ball on someone's head or foot to get in the back of the net. I kind of see Messi, Suarez, and Allende, the three up top. Yannick Bright and Sergio Busquets handling the midfield pivot, and then you got your four in the back. I'm interested to see, because it's kind of how it was against Orlando City. Granted, I don't think there was a lot of cohesiveness outside of the first, 40-some minutes in that Orlando City game. But I'm interested to see how this lineup shakes out tonight. Once again, a 4-4-2 for the Herons. Noah Allen, Toto Aviles, Gonzalo Lujan, Ian Frey, Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, Yannick Bright, and Tadeo Allende, and then Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez as the two strikers. Now, I mentioned Philadelphia playing the exact same 4-4-2. You got Wagner at left back, Makahanya at left center back, Glesnes at right center back, and Hariel at right fullback. Moving on to the midfield, you got Sullivan at right mid, Jakes at right center mid, Lukic at left center mid, and Vasilev at left mid. And then your two strikers up top, Uri and Baribo. I mentioned Ty Baribo right now would be the Golden Boot winner within the MLS. Your substitutes for your Inter Miami Herons, Fafa Pico, who, if I didn't nitpick one thing, I probably would put Jordi Alba back at left back and put Fafa Pico, who is coming off of a migraine injury. Now, maybe he's not 100% fit. Maybe that's why we're seeing Jordi Alba up there and not playing his, lifelong position. But Fafa Pico coming off of the bench, they list him as a striker, but he could play anywhere. He could play left mid, he could play right mid. And Pico, the two games that he did start about 3-ish games ago, he had 2 straight goals in 2 straight games when he was consistently in the lineup before the migraine injury. But he is coming off the bench. Telasco Segovia coming off of the bench. And then followed by Hector Martinez, Alan Abando, Benjamin Kromaski, Rocco Rios Novo, Maxi Falcone, Federico Redondo, and Marcelo Weigand. So those are going to be your reserves today for the Inter Miami Herons. Let's move on to what we heard last week on the Inter Miami Radio Network with the great one, Ken Levica, on the call. A lot of chances for Inter Miami in that first half. Nothing fell for the Herons in the first half. But let's hear Noah Allen start things off with a couple of shots in that first half against Orlando City last Sunday.
Now a left-footed blast from to the left of the penalty arc, just wide. Noah Allen put a missile of a left foot into that, and it sailed about 5 feet over the bar. But there's the first pressure to speak of tonight.
And then let's hear Lionel Messi.
Oh, a giveaway. Here's Lionel Messi at the top of the penalty arc. Had a shot blocked away. He's back on it, and it was cleared, swiped across the right end line and out of play as Messi was trying to line up a shot. It'll be a corner for Inter Miami.
Let's do number 2, Messi. Big chance.
Here's Lionel Messi. A first-time attempt. Tried to curl it from right of the penalty arc and missed the far post on a low curler by about 3 feet. But that was a nifty attempt from Lionel Messi. Just wide of the mark. We've had plenty of shots, but not yet a shot on target tonight through just over 18 and a half minutes of action.
And then Ian Frey came
The
knocking.
penalty arc, laid it off, got it back, played right side of the box. Ian Frey, right foot. Oh, he couldn't find the far post. Across the face of goal, tried to cut it into the side netting and just missed by inches. Another great piece of attack from Inter Miami.
And then after that, folks, it was all Orlando City. We'll play the goals for Orlando City back to back to back. Let's hear the 3 goals for them.
Inter Miami's calling for a back pass, an illegal back pass, and the referee says no, that was legally played onto the keeper. Now a long ball forward. Look out, Muriel behind the defense. Muriel right foot beats Ustari, and it is 1-0 Orlando City, and it's an assist for the goalkeeper, Pedro Gallisay. Muriel just took off. Inter Miami fell asleep, and Muriel has his 6th goal of the season. 1-0 Orlando City, minute number 43.
I lied. We are actually going to hear Ken Levitka explain why Muriel was so damn open on that 1-0 goal right before halftime.
Well, Inter Miami thought it was an illegal back pass onto Gallisay, and while they were protesting, Gallisay just launched the ball forward. Muriel got behind Falcone and slotted it by Ustari into the left side of goal.
As I said earlier, the first half, outside of the blunder that we just heard, I think Javier Mascherano is going to, or rather has, looked at a lot of that tape, picked out what he liked, and showed his guys. That's this second half tape, the 2 clips you're about to hear, throw it in the trash, bury it in the parking lot, whatever you got to do. But the first half, I thought Inter Miami outplayed Orlando for 43 minutes until that goal, and all hell seemed to break loose after that goal.
Muriel makes a turn. Nifty footwork. It's played right side of the box. A low cross from Ojeda, deflected, and then a shot on a loose ball leaks through Ustari, and Orlando City with the goal to go up 2-0. Marco Pasalic, Ustari with a howler. 2-0 Orlando City in the 53rd minute.
The howler Ken is referring to, he got megged. Ken's being nice. He got megged. Went through his legs. You know, it's when I'm not trying to get on Oscar, folks. I'm not trying to sit here and say, put Oscar Ustari on the bench and never look at him again. But we have not seen the Oscar Ustari who had a couple of clean sheets and good performances first 5, 6, 7 games of that MLS season. But Oscar Ustari had a howler and megged on that goal, 2-0 Orlando, and then insult to injury.
Orlando City threatening left of the box, low cross, and Thorholtsen has scored off of a cross from the far side at the edge of the 6-yard box with a right foot. He puts it top netting past Ustari. Orlando City has a 3rd, and on this rivalry Sunday, the side from Central Florida putting a beating on Inter Miami.
So those are the highlights from the last time we were on the Inter Miami radio network. It was a 3-0 loss to Orlando City in the Florida Derby. But perfect time to get back on track for our Herons. Coming up in about 10 minutes, Inter Miami is going to be kicking off in Philadelphia. The Union and Inter Miami coming your way in a few moments. We will continue on the Inter Miami pregame show presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Give you starting 11s one more time, preview the match a little bit, then we're going to send it to Ken Levitka. You are listening to the pregame show on the Inter Miami radio network.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech.
It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Giveaway. Here's Lionel Messi at the top of the penalty arc. Had his shot blocked away. He's back on it, and it was cleared, swiped across the right end line and out of play as Messi was trying to line up a shot. It'll be a corner for Inter Miami.
The great one, very active in the Florida Derby the last time we were live here on the Inter Miami Radio Network. It is not the result the Herons wanted, but certainly a couple of things to take into this tough road matchup against Philadelphia coming up tonight. Welcome on back, folks. Our final segment of the Inter Miami pregame show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Go to AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Let's go through the starting 11s one more time before we send things pitch side to Philadelphia. Our good buddies Ken Levica and the OG on-site producer Oscar Gonzalez on site there as well. Let's start with Inter Miami 4-4-2. Oscar Ustari in goal. Let's hope Oscar has a bounce back game coming up tonight in Philly. Noah Allen, left back. Toto Aviles, left center back. Gonzalo Luan, right center back. Ian Frey at right fullback. Moving on to the midfield, you got Tadio Allende at the right mid. Yannick Bright, right center mid. Sergio Busquets, left center mid. And then Jordi Alba playing left mid. You heard that right. Not left back, left mid. Second game in a row for Jordi. Your 2 strikers up top are Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. And your gaffer is Javier Mascherano. Moving on to Philadelphia, Rick in goal for Philadelphia. And I am told by Ken Levica, Andrew Rick, very good with his feet. Inexperienced, but very good with his feet. We saw Orlando City be able to take advantage of that last week when their goalie picked up an assist to Muriel So Rick starting in between the goalposts for Philadelphia coming up tonight. You got Wagner at left fullback. You got Makahanya at left center back. Glesnes at right center back. Hariel at right fullback. And then your midfielder, Sullivan, Jakes, Lukic, Vasilev. And that was right to left, by the way. So Sullivan, right mid, Jakes, right center mid, Lukic, left center mid, Vasilev, left mid. And then your two strikers up top are Ty Baribo, who would be the golden boot if the season were to end today, and Uri, the dual striker with Ty Baribo, and that is Mikael Uri from Denmark. So certainly Philadelphia going to be trying to get that attack down pat. Let's move on to the substitutes for our Inter Miami Herons. Fafa Pico, who I thought could have maybe got the start. He was dealing with a migraine, seems to be fully fit. But Fafa Pico coming off the bench, Telasco Segovia, Hector Martinez, Alan Abando, Benjamin Kromoski, Rocco Rios Novo, Maxi Falcone, Federico Redondo, and Marcelo Weigant. And then moving on to the subs for Philly, you got Olivier Samia, Kavan Sullivan, Jesus Buena, Alejandro Badua, Jeremy Rafanio, and followed by Chris Donovan and a couple other more. But that is going to be your substitutes for your Philadelphia Union, if we do have some Union fans tuned into our Inter Miami radio network as well. But certainly want, if I had my pick of the first spread, and the teams are coming out, we're going to send you pitch side to Ken Levica. But my 2 cents on the game, quick start, don't get behind the 8 ball early, and get Fafa Pico off that bench at some point if you need instant access on offense. But don't get behind the 8 ball. Our Inter Miami Herons. This has been the Inter Miami pregame show. I'm sending you a pitch side after this break to Ken Levica and Oscar Gonzalez on site at Philadelphia. Enjoy the first half. I'll catch up with you at halftime.
Introducing DQ Grill and Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill and Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 24 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and Men's Lacrosse title. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
Introducing DQ Grill and Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill and Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3.
Goal to Messi!
Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
Here's Ken Levica.
The personification of 2 teams going in different directions. Back on March the 29th, Inter Miami defeated Philadelphia Union in Fort Lauderdale to leapfrog the side from the city of brotherly love and take over first place in the Eastern Conference. Since then, though, Inter Miami has only registered 3 victories. They have free fallen all the way to 6th in the Eastern Conference, while Philadelphia Union is surging, tied at the top of the East table. 9 wins on the year, and round 2 of their regular season series is tonight. We welcome you to Chester, Pennsylvania. Beautiful Subaru Park, where it is Inter Miami, 6th in the Eastern Conference, visiting Philadelphia Union, tied with Cincinnati atop the East. I am Ken Levicka, the voice of Inter Miami. Oscar Gonzalez, the OG on-site engineer, and there was rain earlier on this evening, light rainfall in the early evening hours, but that has since cleared from this area right off the Delaware River, and it is sunny, it is comfortable, and it should be one of those nights, as we like to say, where you can run forever. We'll put it as simply as we can. This is as must-win a match as you can have for a team who is still above the playoff line in mid-May. It has not been a good run of play, and I am probably understating it when it comes to Javier Mascherano's side. Inter Miami has conceded 20 times in the last 7 all competitions. Only 3 victories in all competitions since that triumph over Philadelphia Union in Fort Lauderdale on March 29th. Inter Miami has lost 5 of 7 all competitions, 3 of their last 5 in MLS play. And so tonight, Inter Miami, forget being in good form for the Club World Cup for a second, which begins in just 3 weeks right here in South Florida. Inter Miami has got to start making up ground, and Philadelphia Union first in the Eastern Conference and also first in the Supporter Shield standings. We are about set for a kickoff. The referee tonight is Drew Fisher. The VAR referee, Kevin Stott, he is just a couple of booths over. Inter Miami and Philadelphia Union here on this Saturday night, just outside the city of Philadelphia. Lionel Messi with the captain's armband. Javier Mascherano is going with a 4-4-2 tonight. Same story for Philadelphia Union. It is a packed house here at Subaru Park. There is the whistle from the referee, Drew Fisher, and we are underway on this match night, a critical one for Inter Miami. Inter Miami is going to attack right to left in the opening half in all pink, head to toe. Philadelphia Union in their dark blue kits with gold lettering and numbering, light blue trim. Inter Miami trying to work it out of the back. A back line tonight that features Noah Allen, Gonzalo Lujan, Tomas Aviles, and Ian Frey left to right. Javier Mascherano only making one change from the 3-0 drubbing that Orlando City delivered last weekend at Chase Stadium, and that is Tomas Aviles taking Maxi Falcone out of the defensive starting 11. All the other personnel is the same. Philadelphia Union, they have been on a tear. They have won 7 of 8 all competitions. They are unbeaten in their last 8. They had a convincing U.S. Open Cup round of 16 triumph over Pittsburgh Wednesday night right here in the rain at Subaru Park. 4-1 over Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And they are flying high. And one of their own, homegrown Quinn Sullivan, named to his first ever U.S. men's national team camp. He's going to be part of Mauricio Pochettino's Gold Cup squad in just a few weeks' time. His first call to the national team. We are through the first 90 seconds of this match, and Philadelphia Union in the right attacking third along the near right touchline. 0-0 between these two sides. Here's a pass to the top of the box for Philadelphia Union, trying to build on the near side. Sullivan lobs it just inside the border of the top of the area, headed away by Allende, but Philadelphia Union still on the ball. Sullivan right of the area, going 1v1 with Allen. Sullivan lays it off inside the area. A low cross blocked out of play by Lujan of Inter Miami. And Philadelphia Union will have a corner as Nathan Harriel was able to blast it off of Lujan. Philadelphia Union, the corner near side to far side in the right attacking third. Philadelphia Union has delivered the third most corners in all of Major League Soccer. 83, now make it 84 of them in this 2024 campaign. Philadelphia Union can score. It is a low corner that is taken right side of the box. Now it's whipped in with a left foot from that right side. It goes off of an Inter Miami defender. It's going to roll across the left end line, and now we'll have a corner from the other side, far side to near side for Philadelphia Union. So there's the 85th corner of the season for Philadelphia. As we are about to exit minute number 3. Inter Miami and Philadelphia, there has been a result in the last 6 for Inter Miami and Philadelphia. There has been a winner and a loser in that span. Inter Miami has won 4 of them of the 6. Inter Miami, by the way, has never scored in the opening 15 against Philadelphia Union in MLS play. We are in the 4th minute, no score. Here is the far side to near side outswinging corner for Philadelphia. That's headed away by Inter Miami, and then a blast from the back. Kai Wagner and make that Jovan Lukic, the midfielder, was 35 yards out, wanted to give it a ride, and it ended up 15 rows up in the seats behind Oscar Ustari's goal. Philadelphia Union second in MLS in overall goal differential, plus 13. Meanwhile, Inter Miami only sporting a plus 3 goal differential, now tied for 11th in Major League Soccer. 34 assists on the campaign for Philadelphia Union in total on 27 goals. At goal mark, tied for 2nd in MLS play. Inter Miami not far behind, 24 tallies. That's tied for 6th in the league. As we are in the 5th minute, and Inter Miami a long ball from the right defensive half to the left attacking half, but Philadelphia Union able to win it right back. Contact, defensive side of the midfield. Jordi Alba is called for a foul as Indiana Vasilev, former Inter Miami man, went barrel rolling on this natural surface here in Philly. Bradley Carnell, the first-year head man of Philadelphia Union. What a job he did in his previous stop, St. Louis City, in their first year of MLS existence. Won the Western Conference before being ousted in the opening round in the 1-8 against Sporting Kansas City in 2023. 2024 saw a 12th place finish, saw the end of Bradley Carnell in St. Louis. And then Noah Allen is fouled for Inter Miami as he was in his own defensive half along the near left touchline, and Harry L tripped him up. Javier Mascherano, what must be going through that man's head? Tons of speculation about his status and his future while trying to get Inter Miami prepared for a showdown with the first place team in the East. And now, after a turnover, Inter Miami trying to develop something up the right channel in the left attacking half, and nothing doing, and it rolls onto the feet of Andrew Rick, the 19-year-old goalkeeper for Philadelphia Union, as we head to minute number 7. No score, Inter Miami and Philadelphia Union. Rick, like I said, 19 years old, made 6 appearances in goal 2024 for the senior side. This is his 6th appearance of 2025. Philadelphia Union build-up, left channel. Good play by Gonzalo Lujan to dispossess Mikel Uwa, who was looking for reinforcements right at the edge of the upper left of the box. Lujan, good desperate defending, but Philadelphia Union back on it. Yannick Bright deflects across, high and across the far left end line in the right attacking third for Philadelphia Union, and there will be a throw-in for the Jacks. This will come near the corner flag on the left-hand side. Actually, it did not go across the touchline. It had some English on it checked up, and it's a short corner. Left side of the box, and what a shot and a goal! Right foot curler, left side of the area and inside the far post. That is a magnificent Philadelphia Union goal. And Ustari flat-footed did not stand a chance. In the 8th minute, Philadelphia Union strikes Inter Miami. And the sieve for the Inter Miami defense is turned into a dam break. They cannot stop conceding. 1-0 Philadelphia Union on a gorgeous, gorgeous shot. There was no defending it. And it's Quinn Sullivan. What a week he has had. Named to his first UN Men's national team roster, and he scores an absolute golazo to make it 1-0, minute number 7. Philadelphia Union with the lead. Well, a nightmare start for Inter Miami. And now the pressure on this club increases that much more. It has been a veritable hyperbaric chamber all week long. And now it continues to clamp down on the chests of this side from South Florida. So many aspirations, yet cannot defend. 21 goals conceded in the last 7+ matches, all competitions. Just a prodigious sick-to-your-stomach number if you're Javier Mascherano and Inter Miami. And then a bad turnover from Inter Miami. Trying to pass it right defensive half into left attacking half, and it simply just missed the mark and rolled out of play. Inter Miami's got to gather themselves. Lionel Messi, by the way, we are in the 9th minute, has not had a touch yet tonight for Inter Miami. Quinn Sullivan, his 2nd goal of the season, and he has Philadelphia Union on the board. And we have just hit 9 minutes on this first half clock. The good news, a lot of time to get that one back. But Inter Miami needs to look like it wants to fight as Lujan is forced to have to clear across the near right touch line. As Baribo was making a run, the officials are going to say Baribo made the final touch. So Inter Miami is going to have a defensive third throw in right side of the pitch. Now, Inter Miami has played well against Philadelphia Union, especially in their recent history. A trail here, 1-0. Inter Miami last June, down to 9 men, found a way to pull on a 2-1 win at Subaru Park against Philadelphia Union. Leagues Cup 2023 semifinal. Inter Miami came into Philadelphia and rolled, had a 3-0 lead at halftime. Inter Miami was trying to build something after Lionel Messi's first touch, but his pass was behind Busquets, turned over. Philadelphia Union wants to run again. They force the envelope into the right attacking third. Sullivan, low cross, chip through, but it went under Baribo's left foot. Allen was marking him, and Alba has it for Inter Miami. Now Inter Miami will patiently sweep it back onto Ustari. 10.5 on the first half clock here from Subaru Park in Philadelphia. Already fireworks for the home side. Quinn Sullivan with a beautiful curling goal off of a short corner. Another bad pass in the midfield from Inter Miami, and Philadelphia Union back on it. Luis Suarez, as advantage is called, knocked down Sullivan of Philadelphia Union, and now as Inter Miami is able to bring back defensive reinforcements, the referee, Drew Fisher, blows the whistle and awards a free kick from 35 yards away to Philadelphia Union. On that goal for Sullivan, just a short corner left side of the box. Sullivan, one touch, and was able to hook the ball with his right foot past Ustari. And we're seeing once again a side that just looks quicker and more athletic than Inter Miami. Kai Wagner on the right channel, 35 yards out. Set piece floats it left side of the box, headed up into the air by Aviles, and now Suarez able to get it out of the box. Punched high up into the air by Allende of Inter Miami. Suarez, can he win it along the far touchline? The answer is no. It'll be an Inter Miami throw-in. Suarez, who was being body checked out of play, falling away, a fadeaway throw-in to quickly get the ball back in play. Not sure I've ever seen that before. And rare that Suarez would not engage the player trying to make physical contact with him, as Sergio Busquets gets hit hard in his own defensive half. It looks like he's okay after some brief smarting. clutching at his knee on the grass here at Subaru Park. 1-0 Philadelphia Union. 12 and a half minutes gone in this first half. I'm Ken LaVicka. And Inter Miami has not had the ball in the attacking third yet in this match. But here's the first time for Yannick Bright. Into the middle, Lionel Messi sends a left side of the box. Alba, low cross, and he hit it right into the defender, Kai Wagner. But Inter Miami back on it about 30 yards away. Bright with the turn, wanted to play it through to a cutting Alba. That was defended well by Danley Jean-Jacques of Philadelphia Union. Now here comes the home side. And a foul from behind is called on Ian Frey as he made contact with former Inter Miami man Indiana Vassilev. Vassilev making its 8th start of the season for Philadelphia Union. Philadelphia, by the way, making 5 changes from their last match at Atlanta, the 1-0 victory last weekend. Andrew Rick with a clean sheet, the 19-year-old. 6 starters tonight in the 11 for Bradley Carnell. We're in the starting 11 in the round of 16 U.S. Open Cup Wednesday, 4-1 victory over Pittsburgh. Here's a set-piece free kick, and it nearly found Glasnes, who got behind the defense into the 6-yard box. A beautiful set piece from Kai Wagner from about 30 yards away. And it went off of Glasnes' forehead, but he could not direct it on goal. And that was a near miss from Philadelphia. And the Inter Miami defense is just not physical enough. 21 concessions in 7+ matches. And then Tadeo Allende just lets a ball go right under his foot with Inter Miami on the doorstep of the attacking third. And now Inter Miami is going to have to just sweep a ball with Busquets across the far touchline in the right attacking half for Philadelphia Union to keep Philly from pushing on the attack. This has not been an encouraging opening half here for Inter Miami, who had a players-only meeting after the 3-0 defeat at the hands of Orlando City last weekend. Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez both spoke up in that meeting. Ian Frey saying yesterday after training in South Florida that it has been an intense week of practice. They are prepared for the match, but the score line suggests otherwise, and your eyeballs and your ears tell you a different story so far. We are at the quarter-hour mark here in Chester, Pennsylvania, about 30 minutes southwest of Philadelphia. Philadelphia Union, a 1-0 lead. Inter Miami, 1 victory, 3 defeats, 1 draw when conceding first this season. Inter Miami on the year, 6 victories, 3 defeats, 4 draws, 22.6 in the East. Philadelphia Union, 9 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 29 points, tied first in the East. Inter Miami, perhaps something here. Noah Allen, left of the box. A good hooking cross with the left foot, left to right, and it's cleared out of play by Philadelphia as Tadeo Allende was making a strong run near post, and it'll be the first corner of the night for Inter Miami. Brought to you by Lotto Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Represented injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Oweitu Makanya was able to make the clearance for this Philadelphia Union back line. Inter Miami will have an near side to far side corner. Need to find an equalizer, down 1-0. Messi is going to handle the corner. Will it be short? Will it be an outswinger into a danger area? We're about to find out. Jordi Alba will receive a short corner. Now it's swept back out to the left of the area. Allen now into the middle, just outside the penalty yard. Bright sends a good ball in, left side of the box, and Jordi Alba was trying to deliver a ball low across the face of goal to Suarez, but he did not direct it properly, and Andrew Rick is able to pick up the ground ball in goal for Philadelphia. But Luis Suarez clapped his hands, said, right idea. That was a good play off the training ground. Alba just could not find the quality. Now Philadelphia Union trying to hit on the counter, and Ian Frey did well to break that up in his defensive half. He chests it down, and now Sergio Busquets, defensive midfield, left of the center circle, feeds it, left attacking half, left touchline near side. Noah Allen Now it'll be delivered into the middle channel for Yannick Bright. Tried to lay it off for Messi. Able to push it ahead. Suarez right back onto Messi. Messi left of the penalty arc to Noah Allen. Left side of the box. Wanted to play it back to Messi in the top of the area. And that was easily intercepted. Inter Miami, I appreciate the fact they want to work everything up the middle, but defenses have completely keyed onto it. Allen crossed into the box. Allende tried to get on the end of it, and it'll be a goal kick. As Allende made final contact just outside the 6-yard box. Goal kick, Andrew Rick and Philadelphia Union. So some better build-up here from Inter Miami over the last 2.5 to 3 minutes. But again, Inter Miami, they are attempting to clear themselves space with these short-range passes in the middle, but defenses are completely selling out on it, anticipating it, and easily over the last month, breaking it up. Inter Miami wins a ball in the center circle, but Philadelphia Union back in possession in their left defensive midfield. Jovan Lukic. This ball is sent into the right attacking third for Philadelphia, but this is going to go all the way from the midfield stripe to the end line and roll across as Vasilev was trying to get on the end of it, but he never stood a chance. And Tomas Aviles and his Inter Miami pink watched it roll harmlessly into the advertising boards behind the goal, and Inter Miami works it out of the back, down 1-0. 18:51, 18:52, 18:53 on the clock here in this opening stanza. Quinn Sullivan, the goal scorer for Philadelphia Union in the 7th minute. A banner week for him, getting the call from Mauricio Pochettino to head to the U.S. men's national team. Bad giveaway. Busquets tried to backheel it to no one in particular, and now problems, but Ustare, after a ball was played through, able to range to the left side of the area, slide down, and protect the ball against his chest. It was Quinn Sullivan who was trying to open up Uwa. Now Inter Miami trying to play it through, but it never worked past the defender, Kai Wagner, as Allende was coming up the right channel. But Inter Miami still in the left attacking half. Busquets off to the inside right flank. Suarez lays it off right of the box. A good low cross from Frey. Allende slid forward inside the 6-yard area. It swiped across the end line to the right of the goal of Andrew Rick. It's another corner for Inter Miami, brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. That was Jacob Glesnes, who made the sliding goal-saving tackle. And Inter Miami, far side and near side corner. Messi in swinger. And it looked like he was going for goal on an Olympico. He is 0 for 6 this season when attempting that. It hits the top netting. Luis Suarez made contact with the Union goalkeeper, 19-year-old Andrew Rick, and then shook his hand and said, "I didn't mean that." And Rick, who is mature beyond his years, still got to be a cool feeling for him to have Luis Suarez shaking his hand during game action. Rick, that clean sheet against Atlanta. That was the first time last weekend Philadelphia Union as an organization has ever gone to Mercedes-Benz Stadium and won a match. They are unbeaten in their last 8. Lionel Messi is tackled off the ball. 3 defenders around him. There's nowhere to go with it. And it's going to be an Inter Miami throw-in. The referee changed his mind after the ball was initially given to Philadelphia. And boos ensue here from the Philadelphia supporters. 22nd minute. And it's 1-0 Philadelphia Union. Inter Miami has conceded 22 times in MLS play, 21 times all competitions through nearly 7.5 matches. It is hard to believe that Inter Miami is going to be a legit contender if they can't find a way to plug up the constant attack and seize they see the defense under. Inter Miami up the right channel, left attacking half. Lionel Messi holds up play, rolls it to Busquets in the middle. He's about 30 yards away from goal. Busquets, nifty footwork, and he'll lay it off to Lujan. Lujan Now Alba on the outside left channel, near left touch line. Wanted to swipe a ball more to the middle. It was blocked out of play by Quinn Sullivan of Philadelphia. And Inter Miami with a throw in near side. Noah Allen is going to push the ball into the midfield. Still in the attacking side for Inter Miami, left side of the pitch. Here's Aviles. Messi touches immediately on Busquets, gives it right back to Messi. He's going to pop it into the center circle, and Busquets will retrieve just to the defensive side of the midfield stripe. Our clock about to hit 23 minutes. A good through ball that finds Noah Allen along the left end line, and he tried to send in across with the left foot. That is blocked out of play by Macania. It's going to be a near side left to right corner for Inter Miami. Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath brings you Inter Miami Corners, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Jordi Alba this time is on the ball for Inter Miami. He, like Messi, though, with a left foot. But I don't see anybody in his vicinity for a short corner. He is going to outswing it to the top of the box. Wanted Messi on a volley. Popped up into the air by Philadelphia Union. Ball's loose. Bryant won it. Gives it Alba left side of the box. His cross was deflected. It nearly found Lujan in the box, but he could not make contact. It was sent out of the area briefly by Philadelphia, but Suarez back on it, and he lost his footing right of the goal, but Philadelphia earned a throw-in on the far side. Thought it might have been a corner, but it was swept away by Macania. And then an offside against Inter Miami. And it'll be Philadelphia in possession. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is Inter Miami football.
Anna Joran Levine.
Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
We are back here in Chester, Pennsylvania, Subaru Park. I'm Ken Levicka, Oscar Gonzalez on-site engineer with me. Mike Rizzo back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. It is Philadelphia Union 1, Inter Miami 0. In minute number 25, late stages of the 25th minute, Quinn Sullivan for Philadelphia Union with the goal. Lionel Messi got in some trouble dribbling on the attacking side of the center circle, but he was able to survive 4 defenders descending upon him, and Inter Miami is in possession. Inter Miami has had the majority of possession here in this opening half now, but they need to find a goal. Do not yet have a shot on target. They've had some opportunities with some crosses into the box that have looked promising, but nothing's been put on. The 19-year-old Philadelphia Union goalkeeper, Andrew Rick, who is in goal tonight in place of the veteran and Jamaica's #1 keeper, Andre Blake, who's suffering from a knee injury. Inter Miami trying to threaten at the border of the left attacking third. Good job, though. Strong fortitude by Jovan Lukic to win the ball back and have Philadelphia Union in the right attacking half. Vasilev delivers a ball left to the area. Lujan comes up and sweeps it away out of play. Far left touchline before Mikkel Uwa can get onto that ball and create any further peskiness from Philadelphia. We are into minute number 27. Welcome to it. Here at Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia Union in possession. The ball is in the Inter Miami box. Noah Allen comes over, sends the ball 30 feet in the air, and now it's chested down back into the area. Jordi Alba gives it away right of the box. Sullivan chips it into the area. Here's a turn. Here's a shot from Lukic. It blocked away. It went off of Teneo Allende, who's now hurt outside the box. And the ball rolls out of play across the far left touchline. Allende looks like he took it in the midsection. Lukic had a shooting lane, but it was blocked away. The problem is, after it hit off of a Lujan of Inter Miami, it hit Allende and rolled back into the box. And Philadelphia Union almost had another opportunity off that carom to threaten Oscar Ustari. Lukic wound it up Good job by Alba and Lujan to come over and block it away. Then Allende took a shot. Oh, a ball from the far side. Found Vasilev. Left-footed shot blocked out. Now at the top of the box, another Lukic attempt. That was chipped away by Inter Miami. Throwing bodies at the ball. And then Luis Suarez is tackled down as he tried to get out on the counter. And Jean-Jacques easily tackled away from Suarez. And now another ball's lifted into the area, but it's going to take a one-hop onto Ostari. Baribo was there, but he was a bit flat-footed. The leading goal scorer in Major League Soccer and a Philadelphia Union kid. I think he thought he was offside. Bad giveaway, though, in the defensive half for Inter Miami. Here, right of the box is Sullivan trying to float a ball to the back post, near side to far side. But it was off the mark. He was off balance as he delivered. Ustari had it sail over his head, and it rolls across the far left end line. Ustari will have a goal kick for Inter Miami. But just not good composed play from Inter Miami in the defensive half. We've seen 4 easy gift-wrapped giveaways so far, and we're not even at the half-hour mark. In fact, we are into minute number 29, and it is 1-0 Philadelphia Union. Now, Philadelphia Union, percentage accuracy-wise, the second worst passing team in Major League Soccer. Here's Inter Miami. Messi into the middle. Messi on his left foot, left to the penalty arc. His shot was deflected, and it's going to trickle out of play in the near left corner. Glesnes got a foot on it. Messi is so frustrated. A throw in for Inter Miami. Alba from the near side into the middle. Yannick Bright wanted to head it to Messi, who was standing near the penalty D, and the ball pinballs after Philadelphia won possession back, and finally it's just going to be blasted out of trouble by Nathan Herria, Philadelphia Union, the 24-year-old Union Academy man. Win Sullivan for Philadelphia, right attacking half. Here comes build-up for the home side, the first-place team in the Eastern Conference. But Inter Miami, thanks to Gonzalo Lujan, who's had a strong night so far, able to get back in possession. But what is it going to take to finally get a shot on target for Inter Miami? Last in the league in scoring opportunities. Long ball up ahead. This could be it. Allende on the end of it. Allende was sideswiped in the box by Macania. The referee says play on, and all that Andrew Rick has to do is scoop up the ball in front of the Philadelphia Union net. That was a wonderful ball from Sergio Busquets. Allende was on, but Macania just more fleet of foot than Allende. And when you look at the replay, it was the right call by the official not to blow the whistle. Allende started going to ground because he knew he was beaten, and Macania, who had been able to get himself between Allende and the goal, able to win the ball away. But that's the athleticism and speed we're talking about. And Inter Miami's, they've gone through this really difficult stretch of matches, including at Minnesota, at San Jose, home against a surge in Orlando City, and then here against top of the table Philadelphia. All of these sides are faster and more athletic. We know that this is an older, aged Inter Miami side, but it is starting to really show that may be a detriment right now. We are past the half an hour mark. 1-0, Philadelphia Union on top. Inter Miami once again, though, in possession and trying to build. Suarez pops up a ball from the middle along the right touchline, left attacking half. Ian Frey got a foot on it, but it was a heavy touch, and Philadelphia Union in their own box will let Andrew Rick touch the ball, and the 19-year-old delivers it into the center circle. It's headed back. Philadelphia has the ball. And now they look to build and some room to run. Here's Jean-Jacques up the left channel, nearing the box. Jean-Jacques feeds the middle. It deflected. Sullivan has it to the right of the penalty spot. He chips it through, and then Baribo, who is making a horizontal run, Ustari did a good job to the right of the 6-yard box to box out MLS's leading goal scorer and let it trickle across the end line for a goal kick. That was not an easy play for Ustari, and another defensive giveaway for Inter Miami. Sullivan, inside right channel, 30 yards out, charges forward, good step over, evades Messi, now goes 1v1 against Allen. Allen picks his pocket, and Inter Miami's going to win it back. That's good defensive work from Noah Allen, the Inter Miami homegrown. So now the quest continues, working out of the back for Inter Miami, down 1-0. 32:08, 32:09, 32:10 on this first half clock. Inter Miami have played against the top 5 MLS goal scorers as of today, all by this third week of May, in a foul against Philadelphia in the defensive portion of the center circle. Ty Baribo has yet to score against Inter Miami. Chicho of San Jose, he had the opening goal for San Jose in that 3-3 draw 2 weeks ago. Brian White, who scored for Vancouver against Inter Miami, first leg CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinals. Inter Miami, right of the box here is Suarez. Lets it roll through to Messi. He shot from just outside the box, and a diving save for Andrew Rick to his left on the far post. There's the first shot on target, and Lionel Messi challenges Andrew Rick from distance. That attempt came from 23 yards out with a left foot from Messi. It went through the legs of Owetu Makanya, but Rick was able to do a good job and see it into his chest. But that's what Inter Miami needs more of. Challenge the teenager. Philadelphia Union up 1-0. Now Vasilev with Philadelphia already in the right attacking third. Jean-Jacques in the middle channel, 26 yards away to Harriel. He tries to swipe a ball to the right of the box. A tripping and nearly falling Lujan kept his balance long enough to win the ball. And Noah Allen dribbles through 2-3 defenders and somehow maintained possession for Inter Miami. That was adventurous and circuitous for Noah Allen. Didn't have much support coming, but now Inter Miami trying to go near side to far side in their right defensive half will have to deliver it back to Oscar Ustari, who with a right foot chips it on to Lujan, and Lujan's going to reset up Inter Miami's buildup. Back to those top 5 scores. Ojeda for Orlando City. He was not able to score. Noah Allen tried to back heel in his right defensive half. I'm not sure who he was targeting, but he just chunked it out of play on the near right touchline. When you can't score, you're having trouble with the buildup, you might want to stick to basics at this juncture. Inter Miami dominant in possession again tonight, 4th in MLS this season, almost 54.5%. But the goal scoring has dissipated vastly over the last 6 weeks. Philadelphia with Quinn Sullivan. Poor touch. Tried to retrieve along the near right touchline. Could not, but he gets support from Harriel, and then some nifty footwork to clear space. Lukic loops the ball into the box, top of the area. And finally, Allende, can he win it? No, and then a foul against Philadelphia as Aviles was tripped, trying to finally get the ball out of a dangerous spot. Quinn Sullivan, man, has he been strong for Philadelphia, getting the rightful invite to U.S. Men's National Team Gold Cup camp. And he is putting on a show. He has all sorts of bounce in those legs, despite the fact he started midweek against Pittsburgh, the USL Championship side of the U.S. Open Cup. Lionel Messi was able to fly in and win a loose ball in the left attacking third for Inter Miami. But as he tried to find Tadeo Allende, the pass was a bit behind him. And Philadelphia latches on to possession once again. 37th minute, 1-0 Philadelphia Union. And by the way, that 5th top goal scorer in MLS is Hugo Kuipers of Chicago. He did not score against Inter Miami either. But Inter Miami has seen the best of the best scoring-wise, whether it's an MLS play or CONCACAF Champions Cup already this season. Ken LaVicka with you. Subaru Park, Chester, Pennsylvania. It's about a half an hour southwest of, we'll call South Philadelphia, where the other sporting venues, pro sports venues in the city are, all clumped together. Phillies, Eagles, Flyers. Here's Sullivan, near right touchline, right attacking third. He whips the ball into the left side of the box. Frey got a head on it. Vasilev, though, retrieves for Philadelphia, but it's going to roll out of play across the end line. Good defense from Ian Frey. Vasilev thought he was fouled. And Ian Frey is laughing at him, saying, hey, could you give the ball to our keeper so that we can send the goal kick into play? And I'm not sure what Indiana Vasilev, what his issue is. He was barely touched by Ian Frey, and then he barrel rolled himself to ground to try and sell a set piece, whether it would be a foul or a corner kick. Now Vasilev and Frey. Frey's laughing at him, but Vasilev doesn't find much humor in it. Ian Frey is trying to defuse the situation and say, all right, get away. Vasilev was with Inter Miami, and we already have a substitution, or at least a discussion coming. Javier Mascherano and Federico Redondo, and it's because, oh boy, Yannick Bright appears as if he is suffering from something in his own box. It is a right leg, and the physios are out. And Yannick Bright, one of the rare consistencies within this Inter Miami side. And this is going to be a right hamstring, it appears, for Yannick Bright, as he tried to kick at a ball above his waist and immediately clutched at that leg, the back of his leg. This Inter Miami side has suffered so many muscular injuries this year, and Yannick Bright appears to be the latest in a troubling line of them. So Bright, his night is going to come to an end, and Javier Mascherano is going to have to burn a substitution before the 40-minute mark of this first half. 1-0, Philadelphia Union on top, and Federico Redondo is going to have to take Yannick Bright off. That is rough. Redondo, who was part of Mascherano's starting 11, March 29th when Inter Miami beat Philadelphia 2-1. So the first substitution of the night is Inter Miami because of a Yannick Bright injury. 1-0 Philadelphia Union leads Inter Miami. And it's going to be a corner after all of that for Philadelphia, far side to near side. This is floated to the edge of the 6-yard box, and Ustari off of a header that was destined for the back of the net. A leaping save, putting it over the crossbar. It was nearly the second goal for Philadelphia. Nathan Harriel had a lot of power behind that header, and Ustari equal to the task to save the day. Oh, my goodness. It was Jordi Alba who got lost marking. Redondo, who just came into the match, also did not see Harriel, who had picked up some space behind him. Point blank, about 8 yards away, and Ustari the quick reflexes to make the save. We are into the 41st minute, and another corner, near side to far side now for Philadelphia. This is an in-swinger, punched away by Ustari. Philadelphia, though, is going to win it to the right of the box, extended near side. Sullivan on it. He tried to curl a ball into the middle of the area. That was blocked away by Inter Miami, then headed on to Oscar Ustari, and he will sidewind the ball into the midfield, and Inter Miami trying to play out of that, but Allende could not get on the end of a Luis Suarez pass. Suarez is not happy with Allende. Ian Frey, though, good work to win it back for Inter Miami along the far right touchline. And then Indiana Vasilev diving, throwing himself to the ground. Pretty shameless stuff from Vasilev, and he earns the whistle from the referee, Drew Fisher. But then Vasilev had something to say to Ian Frey, and a yellow is shown, and I believe that that's Vasilev who's been shown a card. And he's putting on a little sideshow as Vasilev. Nobody's going to complain on an Inter Miami side about that Vasilev yellow. He is being incredibly extra. Philadelphia Union threatening once again. Here's a shot from distance. Ustari had to push another save up over the crossbar on a blast from 37 yards. Jean-Jacques, that was on target. And this Philadelphia Union crowd applauds because their team is outworking Inter Miami. Another corner. This will be far side to near side for Philadelphia Union. Not a particularly difficult save for Ustari, but I don't think he was expecting that to actually be on target. Nobody challenged Jean-Jacques. Here's the corner to the 6-yard box, headed down, dangerously lingered in the area until Inter Miami was able to send it away. Aviles, he was tripped up. The referee says play on, and then Aviles got up, not embellishing his injury any further, and blocked a delivery, an attempted delivery in the area away along the near right touchline for a Philadelphia Union throw-in. This will be top of the box extended, near side, right side. So Indiana Vasilev in the book. That is our first card of the night. And it goes to Philadelphia Union. Harriel with an entry into the 6-yard box to nobody but Oscar Ustari, Inter Miami goalkeeper, who saw it coming from his left and took it on a hop. 43rd minute, 1-0 Philadelphia Union. Quinn Sullivan the goal scorer. Long ball from the defensive half as Inter Miami's trying to go over the top. And that is unsuccessful. Then Noah Allen whiffs on a ball in the right defensive half, and Philadelphia Union right back on it. Busquets tipped it away momentarily from Sullivan of Philadelphia Union, but Philadelphia now staying patient in the midfield. Near right touchline, Harry O. One touch Sullivan. Outside right channel. A good run from Lukic, but then Noah Allen there to dispossess. Redondo. He is putting on some defensive work, but Harry O evades that. Now Vasilev, left side of the box, headed it into the middle, and then Lujan's late to get there. Here's Baribo, scored! That is unacceptable from the Inter Miami defense. Hesitation, and Baribo has his 12th goal of the year. It's 2-0, Philadelphia Union. The defensive dysfunction is killing this football team. You cannot lay it on a platter for a player the caliber of Ty Baribo. Inter Miami had ample opportunity to clear the ball, and it simply lay there waiting for Baribo to plant it. 2-0 Philadelphia Union as we hit close to halftime. The ball was headed into the middle. It took Lujan a long time to get to it. Vasilev headed it into the middle. Aviles had fallen down, lost Baribo. Lujan was late to try and help, and by that time, Baribo got it onto his right foot and launched it short range, 14 yards away, past Oscar Ustari. It is just too easy to play Inter Miami right now. We are into added time in this first half. We are past 45 minutes on the first half clock, and this is turning in to another ugly performance from Inter Miami. 3 additional minutes presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q6 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Ty Baribo, 12 goals this season in MLS play. He has 5 goals in his last 3.5 MLS matches. Just a prodigious pace for Baribo, the Israeli international. We are 1 minute into 3 added in this first half. 2-0 Philadelphia Union. Yannick Bright has left the match with injury. It appears to be a hamstring. And now what does Javier Mascherano do with his team down 2-0? Lukic right side of the box for Philadelphia Union. Right attacking third. Plays it back. Miscommunication defensively. And finally, Ian Frey is able to come up and send it out of the box. Quinn Sullivan overran the ball, or he had a free shot on target. Here's Inter Miami into the left attacking half. Messi evades one tackle. Now a second, but not a third. But it falls to Redondo. Make it Allende, and Allende from the right of the box missed the goal from 20 yards and sent the ball at least 20 rows deep. Allende had nobody near him. And he simply chunked the ball nowhere near goal, and he was only about 12 yards from it. My goodness. That is the personification of the night for Inter Miami. We have about 45 seconds left in the opening half. It's 2-0 Philadelphia Union. Is Inter Miami going to be able to figure this out? Here's Messi. Plays it ahead. Suarez right side of the box. He's behind the defense. Suarez dribbles in. Tried to send it to Lionel Messi, who was standing in the penalty arc. And it was easily picked off by Jovan Lukic. Too many passes for Inter Miami. At this juncture, if you're Luis Suarez, I know you're at a tricky angle, but you might as well try and put it on target. Inter Miami trying to do something late in this half. Allende coming up the left channel. His left-footed cross is blocked across the near end line. It'll be a corner as Jean-Jacques sent it out of play, and the referee is not even going to allow the Inter Miami set piece as he's blown the whistle for the end of the first half. Drew Fisher is not going to allow Inter Miami the corner. He's just going to send both teams to the locker room. Unbelievable. Philadelphia Union, thanks to goals from Quinn Sullivan and Ty Baribo, a 2-0 advantage at halftime, and it is gut check time for this Inter Miami side. Mike Rizzo has your halftime show next. It's Inter Miami football.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Introducing DQ Grill and Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill and Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Here's Mike Rizzo.
No sugarcoating this one, folks. Inter Miami has their work cut out for them. They are down 2-0 at half, and a complete domination by Philadelphia in that first half. I guess the one statistic Inter Miami has won has been the possession time, but we've seen this in the last 10 fixtures where our Herons have not looked like the Inter Miami of past, where they're winning the possession but not winning the game. Teams are completely okay with letting Inter Miami have the ball, letting them pitter-patter around the box, and ultimately shooting themselves in the foot, turning the ball over, hitting them on the counter. But the sad part is that's not even how Philadelphia scored their goals in that first half. Defensive blunders, things that, you got veteran players out there. You got players who have played soccer at the highest level. I'm not trying to sit here and call out people on the halftime show here, folks, but at the same time, there's got to be a level of accountability. And I am very surprised that this is the Inter Miami team that we are seeing in this game after the players meeting that Ken Levica brought up, and just everything that has happened with the gaffer and this football club, Javier Mascherano. I expected a completely different start, let's say, to this first half. Now, the good news is it's one half of football. Put it behind you. Go out there like you got ants in your pants, like your hair is on fire, and figure it out in that second half. I have one highlight that we will hear from Inter Miami coming up. Lionel Messi has the lone shot on target for our Herons, but we also have the goals by Philadelphia. You had Ty Baribo getting in the 44th minute right before half, and you had Sullivan getting in the 7th minute. Couple more stats. XG, Philadelphia sitting at 1, Inter Miami sitting at 0.2. 10 total shots for Philadelphia, 4 for our Herons. 1 big chance for Philadelphia, 0 big chances for our Herons. And that's, listen, the stats aren't going to tell you the story. What's going to tell you the story is the scoreboard right now, 2-0. And once again, self-inflicted wounds by our Herons. Let's get on over, though, to those highlights. Let's take a listen to Sullivan opening the scoring up in the 7th minute. What a finesse this was.
And it's a short corner. Left side of the box, and what a shot and a goal! Right foot curler. Left side of the area and inside the far post. That is a magnificent Philadelphia Union goal. And Ustari, flat-footed, did not stand a chance. In the 8th minute, Philadelphia Union strikes Inter Miami. And the sieve for the Inter Miami defense is turned into a dam break. They cannot stop conceding. 1-0. Philadelphia Union on a gorgeous, gorgeous shot. There was no defending it. And it's Quinn Sullivan. What a week he has had. Named to his first UN Men's national team roster, and he scores an absolute golazo to make it 1-0, minute number 7. Philadelphia Union with the lead.
Great call there by our good friend Ken Levica. An absolute wonder goal from Sullivan. Now, my issue is no one marked him. It's a short corner. Nobody marked him. Nobody followed him to the ball. He was able to have 10 years where it seemed like on the ball to get that ball on his right side foot. And he put a curler, finesse, whatever you want to call it, man. He put a terrific goal in the back of the net. Poor Oscar Ustari never had a chance on it. Here's another near goal for Philadelphia.
Here's a set piece break kick, and it nearly found Glasnes, who got behind the defense into the 6-yard box. A beautiful set piece from Kai Wagner from about 30 yards away. And it went off of Glasnes' forehead, but he could not direct it on goal, and that was a near miss from Philadelphia.
Let's take a listen to Lionel Messi. This was the only shot on target for our Inter Miami Herons in the first half. Let's take a listen to the great one.
Came from 23 yards out with a left foot from Messi. It went through the legs of Owetu Makanya, but Rick was able to do a good job and see it into his chest.
But that was the lone highlight in that first half for the Herons was Lionel Messi getting a shot on target, and everything else was Philadelphia. We have Williams in the YouTube chat saying need 4.5 shots from Messi. You're going to need a lot more than that from what it seems like in the second half. You're going to need you got to try to pepper the young goalkeeper. Ken said it during the broadcast. This is a young keeper. Put the pressure on him. Put some shots on him. Make him, even if you shoot it right at him, make him think about it. And Inter Miami has not done that in the first half, and that's been the two stories with this Inter Miami team. They're leaking self-inflicted goals, and there's nothing going forward. They keep trying to go in the middle of the field. The middle of the field is completely cut off. It is how you beat Inter Miami right now. You cut off the middle of the field. You let them have the ball, make their mistakes, and then you hit them on the counter. And as I said, the counter hasn't even been the story here. It's been self-inflicted goals like this.
Now Vasilev, left side of the box, headed it into the middle, and then Lujan's late to get there. Here's Baribo, scored! That is unacceptable from the Inter Miami defense. Hesitation, and Baribo has his 12th goal of the year. It's 2-0, Philadelphia Union. The defensive dysfunction is killing this football team.
And you heard it. You heard it there. The self-inflicted wounds, as I call it. The self-inflicted wounds that Inter Miami has put on themselves the last couple of games has been unacceptable. We know what this side is capable of. We know that this is a top-tier side in North America. This is a team who reached the Final Four, the semifinal, in the CONCACAF Champions Gold Cup. This is a team who didn't lose in the MLS for a month and a half. Got to get back to that, Inter Miami. Got to make adjustments to not go through the middle of the pitch. This is the Inter Miami halftime show, folks. Our Herons down 2-0. Sullivan and Baribo getting in on self-inflicted wounds by our Inter Miami defense. We're going to send it pitch side to Ken LaVicka for the second half. Once again, Inter Miami pregame show, and also powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. All right, throw that doom and gloom crap out the window. Time to get the second half rolling here. A lot of football left to play. Let's see if our Herons show some fight on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV. It's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
May is National Burger Month, so grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's Sports Grill for a big Burger Blitz celebration. Enjoy Duffy's award-winning half-pound certified Angus beef original cheeseburger and french fries, starting at just $8.99 with the purchase of any beverage. Plus, don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks, all day, every day. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more, and remember, at Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Just back underway, second half, Subaru Park, Chester, Pennsylvania. I am Ken LaVicka. This is Inter Miami football, and it is Philadelphia Union 2, Inter Miami 0. And you can only imagine what that locker room must have been like. Inter Miami in its pink uniforms, Philadelphia Union, dark blue tops and shorts, light blue trim, and gold lettering and numbering. Philadelphia Union unbeaten in their last 8, top of the table in the Eastern Conference. Inter Miami, meanwhile, they have fallen to 6th in the Eastern Conference. They've only won 3 times since beating Philadelphia Union back on March 29th in Fort Lauderdale. And Inter Miami just continuing. It's not even leaking goals at this point. It is watching goals cascade down upon them. 22 concessions by this Inter Miami defense in the last 7.5 matches. Inter Miami has watched Quinn Sullivan score in the 70th minute, and then Ty Baribo in minute number 44, the leading goal scorer in Major League Soccer. Both off defensive miscues with poor communication and players out of position along the back line. There's already been one substitution for Inter Miami. Yannick Bright went off with an injury. Inter Miami right attacking third. Noah Allen just outside the left of the box. Now Suarez lays it off left of the area. Olba, his high cross back post, and trying to put a head on it was Ian Frey. It was deflected out of play by Philadelphia along the near end line. Wagner. This is going to be an Inter Miami corner brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. That was better build-up, though, for Inter Miami. Something they need a lot more of. Messi, near side to far side, in-swinging corner, wants an Olympic glow on Rick, who punches it away. It was delivered back towards goal, cleared off the line by Harriel of Philadelphia Union, and Inter Miami's going to have to reset in the attacking midfield as it's played back now into the left defensive half. On Oscar Ustari, the veteran Inter Miami goalkeeper. Inter Miami going left to right in the attack, and they need something to show for it. Inter Miami has lost 5 of 7 all competitions, 3 of their last 5 in Major League Soccer. And here is a giveaway in the midfield from Inter Miami on a poorly executed pass, defensive end to attacking side. Now Philadelphia Union streaking left side of the box. Macania puts a high ball up into the air. He mishit it. So he scooped it with his toes. Jordi Alba retrieves in the far right corner, and then he blasts it off a Philadelphia Union player, and it will crash into the seats across the far touchline. And it was a back heel delivery from Mikel Uwa into the box in that previous sequence. Sergio Busquets off the Inter Miami throw-in just chunks a ball across the far touchline, and now Philadelphia Union, a left attacking third throw-in. And here is a long high throw-in into the box from the far side. Lujan will head it outside the area, but it's fed right back in from the right of the box. And Oscar Ustari with the catch just outside of his 6-yard area. I mentioned the Mikel Uwa delivery into the box just a couple of sequences ago. I hadn't seen it in real time, but now looking back at the replay, he sent in a Rabona from the right of the area. So if you don't think Philadelphia Union not feeling it right now, you're sorely mistaken. Those are the types of things you can do. Confident, up 2-0. Early in a second half against Inter Miami. That is audacious to try and pull that off against the Lionel Messi side. But that's just the state of Inter Miami right now. Not offering a whole lot of resistance. Here's a back heel from Busquets into the middle for Messi. Wanted to feed a pass for Luis Suarez, who had come up to about 25 yards out, right in the middle channel and never got there, but Inter Miami fights to win it back just inside the midfield stripe attacking half. And it'll be swept back into the left defensive half for Lujan, and now on to Jordi Alba. He will enter the right attacking half on the inside left channel. 50th minute, 2-0, Philadelphia Union on top. Inter Miami 4 points from their last 4 in the table. That tied for 20th, along with Eastern Conference bottom dweller Montreal. Here is Ian Frey, right of the box, right attacking half. He's in the corner for Inter Miami. Now he retreats, gives it off right channel for Busquets, who floats the ball to the far side onto Alba, just outside the left side of the area. He wanted to roll a ball into Suarez, easily played by Harriel, and he's going to swipe the ball out of play across the far touchline for an Inter Miami throw. And it's just too easy and too predictable. Inter Miami and what they're attempting to do in the attack, playing everything to the middle. Off the throw-in, Alba to Suarez, left of the box. Now Busquets chips it in the area, went off of the feet of Messi. He couldn't control it, and it rolls onto the 19-year-old Philadelphia Union goalkeeper, Andrew Rick. That was good build-up, and those were accurate passes, but Messi just could not get a proper touch on that ball, and it looks like Philadelphia's Kai Wagner, the left back, is a little bit banged up. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper, right to left for Philadelphia Union, Andrew Rick. And a high boot from Allende nearly caught Macania, the left center back for Philadelphia Union. That could have been disastrous if Philadelphia Union wins the ball. Left attacking half, far right touchline. Ariel will turn, deliver it back to Macania. Now working it into the middle, 30 yards away. Indiana Vasilev. And on an overlap, it's Wagner on the outside left channel. Not in a threatening position yet. Now it is into the penalty arc. It's tipped up into the air, and it is controlled by Inter Miami. Crashing in hard was Uwa for Philadelphia. He could not gain possession. A collection of Inter Miami Herons finally able to win the ball, and Inter Miami trying to play out of the back as Suarez will touch it on to Busquets. Now Lionel Messi in the defensive half. Good ball forward into the attacking half. Up the right side. Here's Allende charging forward. Feeds it to Frey. Frey, right side of the box. Can he get there first? The answer is no, and the ball rolls out of play for a goal kick to Philadelphia. Frey checked up on the ball and simply allowed Kai Wagner to make up ground. And Wagner was able to escort the ball out of play. Wagner got physical with Frey. Ian Frey has got to be tougher than that. 53rd minute, 2-0, Philadelphia Union on top. Inter Miami still searching for a goal to try and get within striking distance, but they give it away. And Indiana Vasilev near left touchline, just into the left attacking half. Able to knock a ball off of Frey, and it leads to a Philadelphia Union throw-in. Vasilev and Ian Frey have been jawing at one another this entire match. Vasilev earned himself a yellow because of that behavior, but his Philadelphia Union side is on top. He feels like he's winning mind games. And right now, there's no doubt that Philadelphia Union has Inter Miami questioning itself or continuing to question itself. Philadelphia Union 2, Inter Miami 0. 53-30 on the second half clock. Lionel Messi for Inter Miami, only 2 goals in the last 5 all competitions. Needs to get back to goal scoring, but the problem is he too many times is all Inter Miami has to threaten in the attack. As we welcome you to minute number 55, Inter Miami down 2-0. Philadelphia Union stepped in front of a ball and a very concerning spinning ball at the top of the box as Inter Miami tried to play it back to the keeper, Ustari. He barely got there before Philadelphia Union did. And then Inter Miami concedes a corner. Far right touchline in the left attacking third for Philadelphia Union. And Sullivan with the quick throw in. Macania on the outside right channel with the right foot slides it along the touchline to Sullivan. Sullivan, top of the box extended, far side, right side. Now right channel. Lukic. Philadelphia Union about 30 yards away, and they got a little bit sloppy trying a short-range pass. Harriel delivers it across the far touchline, and Inter Miami with the throw-in, and they're going to play it from the back, left to right. Philadelphia Union, 10 second-half home goals this season. That is tied for first in MLS. That is an inauspicious number considering the scoreline. 2-0 Philadelphia Union in minute number 56. Ian Frey can't get to a ball that was delivered from the center circle to the near right touchline in the right attacking third. It sails over his head. He swiped at it, trying to pierce the air with a right foot and could not make contact. Seattle Sounders has knocked off FC Dallas 1-0. San Diego a 2-1 victory over lowly LA Galaxy. Charlotte 2, Columbus 1 in the second half. New York Red Bulls a 1-0 advantage over DC United. Montreal on top of LAFC 2-1 in the second half. That would be a shocking scoreline. Montreal into South Florida next weekend to take on Inter Miami. And just underway, Sporting Kansas City hosting New England, Minnesota, and Austin from the Great White North as well. And then 4 late night matches on this Memorial Day weekend. Hope you all have a safe and enjoyable Memorial Day weekend. And we have a foul against Inter Miami. Jordi Alba, as he made contact behind the play in the center circle against Stanley Jean-Jacques. Jean-Jacques is up with a little bit of a hobble and a grimace on his face. Jean-Jacques, a Haitian international, could very well get the call to the Gold Cup here in a couple of weeks' time. Same story for Andre Blake, the number 1 Philadelphia Union keeper and the number 1 Jamaica keeper, which is why Andrew Rick getting some time between the sticks the last 2 matches so important to Bradley Carnell, Philadelphia Union manager, and his side. Good job by Ian Frey to fight off Kai Wagner in the Inter Miami left defensive third in that near left corner, and he got pushed to the ground, but the ball rolled across the end line, and Oscar Ustari will send in a goal kick after Stanley Jean-Jacques is checked on again. He's down on his knees and clutching at his mouth. We've had 1 substitution. Yannick Bright went off with what appeared to be a right hamstring injury, replaced by Federico Redondo in the first half. Jordi Alba is being talked to by the referee, Drew Fisher. I didn't see if Alba made another bit of contact with Jean-Jacques to send him back down to the turf like he did in the moment that previously stopped play. Regardless, we're back to play. No card shown, no consequences, just some stern talkings to. Inter Miami, left defensive half. It's floated to the near right touchline. Frey off his chest, and immediately a swarming Philadelphia Union on the ball, but Frey won it back from Vasilev. That has been quite the battle between those two. Now Redondo from the right of the center circle onto the left, and Noah Allen into the right attacking half, outside left channel. Back to Alba, short range. Here's Allen. He high wire toe taps that touch line, and Inter Miami from far side to near side works the ball. Messi one touches it to Redondo, who heels it back to Messi, and he's going to swipe it, traversing the midfield stripe to Busquets. Now Noah Allen races up the far left touch line. He's going to push it backwards on to Lujan. The crowd booing. There is an injured Inter Miami player, Suarez, in the penalty arc as Inter Miami builds up. Noah Allen couldn't get on the end of a ball that was fed into the left side of the box, and Quinn Sullivan will blast it away for Philadelphia. Another potential opportunity extinguished as Luis Suarez is joined at the referee. Inter Miami down 2-0, and we are about to enter the 59th minute of play. Still some join from Luis Suarez as he's in a battle underneath. Messi fed Suarez initially 30 yards out, middle channel, and now the ball is going to be rolled near right touchline. Ian Frey, a step over against Vasilev. Frey trying to charge to the right flank and had to push it back to Redondo 40 yards away, and Inter Miami back in the center circle in the attacking midfield. Here's Busquets, 1v1 against Sullivan. He has to turn, and he'll feed it far side to near side. That is onto Aviles in the box. Good move as he pushes it to the left channel. Alba sweeps it left to the area. Noah Allen, his speed into the box, and a goal! Tadeo Allende unmarked on a beautiful feed from Allen, and Allende's pulled one back. He's able to blast it by Rick with a soaring tally. Inter Miami within one. It's 2-1, and it's game on at the hour mark. Well, all of that patience finally paid off for Inter Miami. Tadeo Allende with his 5th goal of the season. And that ties the team lead. Allende found room between Oweitu Makanwa and Kai Wagner. And a leaping header to the upper left of goal, and Inter Miami has found some life. And Luis Suarez screaming and yelling in excitement. Let's see if this can get this side going. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. It's Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Inter Miami has just gotten the 5th goal of the season from Tadeo Allende. Philadelphia Union 2, Inter Miami 1. As we have just pushed past the 61-minute mark. I am Ken Levicka, Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. Oscar Gonzalez, the OG, our on-site engineer, and Mike Rizzo back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. We'll hear from him again post-match. There is still a half an hour left to play, and Inter Miami listlessly went down 2-0 by halftime to trail at the break for a 4th straight match. But Allende has just scored on an assist from Noah Allen. 5 goals for Allende. Again, tied for the team lead with Lionel Messi. It's the 2nd assist of the year for Noah Allen, and Inter Miami has life. Here is Lionel Messi, middle channel, 35 yards out. Messi tried to deliver a ball to Alba, left side of the box, and that was headed away by Philadelphia Union. 2 substitutions for Inter Miami. Ian Frey has been replaced by Talasco Segovia. So Segovia is in the match to try and provide some help in the attack. Here's Lionel Messi, charges forward into the penalty spot, or into the penalty arc, I should say, but he had it tackled away cleanly by Oweitu Makanwa. And now look out. Here comes Philadelphia Union, and Uwe misplayed a ball as he was trying to race his way up the left side in the left attacking half. Vasilev tried to pick him out, but Uwe unhappy with himself. Inter Miami's going to have a throw-in its defensive half. We're going to have the first substitution for Philadelphia, Jesus Bueno. will come on for Uwe. So Mikael Uwe, his night is done. The Denmark international gives way to the Venezuelan international, the 26-year-old Jesus Bueno. There was another substitution for Inter Miami as well. Marcelo Wegat took off Tomas Aviles. So Cello for Aviles. Substitutions 2 and 3 for Inter Miami. 2-1 Philadelphia Union. We are into the 64th minute. Javier Mascherano looks on from the touchline. Certainly, right now, there's a lot of discourse about Mascherano. He is trying to focus on the situation at hand, and that is pick up a result here in Philadelphia. Became a lot more likely just a few minutes ago when Tadeo Allende was able to score and bring Inter Miami within a goal. 2-1 Philadelphia Union. That is only the 5th second half away goal for Inter Miami this season. By the way, Inter Miami conceded in the 44th minute to Ty Baribo. They have conceded 8 times from the half-hour mark to the end of the first half this year. That is certainly a troublesome suggestion that perhaps there are some heavy leg issues at the end of halves. That is a lot of goals to concede in one singular 15-minute span throughout the course of an early part of the year. Philadelphia is going to have a throw-in near left touchline, just inside the midfield stripe. Left attacking half is where Philadelphia Union goes to work. Wagner delivers the throw-in, and then a battle between Baribo and Wegat. Baribo is clutching at his midsection, and he's clutching at, yes, that area. He is cupping the vicinity of his groin, claiming that there was a strike to that portion of his body. And Marcelo Wegat certainly looked like he got a right hand full of clothing material and maybe something a bit extracurricular in that region that has sent Baribo into what looked like initially some rage. Meanwhile, it's Inter Miami in possession. Cruel sport sometimes, this. And Luis Suarez could not gain control of a pass 25 yards out, and Philadelphia Union on the run. Sullivan racing with Allen, far right touchline, left attacking half, and a good job by Noah Allen to fight Sullivan off the ball and earn a throw. And then Allen was asking the referee for a card because Quinn Sullivan purposely blasted the ball away from Allen, who was trying to pick it up to throw it in. 65-49, 65-50, 65-51 on the clock. Inter Miami, thanks to a Tadeo Allende goal in this second half, is pulled to within 1, but they need more, and they need to get the ball back. Philadelphia currently in possession. Far right touchline. There's a low ball. Sullivan on the right channel wanted to hit Harriel in an overlap, but Inter Miami defended that well and went behind Harriel, and Inter Miami to throw it in. But deep in the left defensive third against his own end line is Allen. Good job by Lujan to push it across the box, far side and near side, and Wegat's going to blast it towards midfield, but Allende can't win an aerial duel. Wagner fought him off the ball. Inter Miami trying to press. Talasco Segovia has yet to receive a touch since substituting in about 5 minutes ago. Wagner fell down for Philadelphia on a ball into the attacking half, so Inter Miami able to retrieve. And now here's some buildup. Outside left channel. Jordi Alba takes a pass from Segovia. Now it's swept into the inside left channel for Messi. To the opposite channel, Redondo able to shield the ball off a defender. That was Vasilev and Chelo Wegat for Inter Miami. Rolled the ball into the penalty spot. Trying to play it through was Suarez, and it did not get through Macania, but it was blasted out of play across the far left end line by Philadelphia. It's an Inter Miami corner brought to you by Lighterowner Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Represented injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Short corner, Messi on his left foot outside the penalty arc. We'll give it to the left of the area for Alba. Alba strikes in a cross. It missed the mark. Lujan was there initially, retrieving his Suarez right of the box. He'll send it across. That was easily cleared away by Philadelphia. And now they're going to try and work it out of the back. Turning was Lukic. Well done by him to find some space. And then Baribo earns his team a throw-in the Philadelphia defensive half. Well, there was an opportunity there for Inter Miami. But off that good ball from Alba, nobody could get on the end of it. Lujan got a head on it but couldn't direct it towards goal. Wagon and Baribo now going at it. Wagon, who just substituted in for Inter Miami, and Baribo, who has a goal tonight and is MLS's leading scorer. Baribo took exception to a hard tackle from Wagon. And after the throw-in, Inter Miami will not be able to keep possession. Baribo in his own defensive half, and now some room to run for Philadelphia. Right up the gut, Jean-Jacques. It's a foot race to the right channel. Jean-Jacques pushes it through to Sullivan, but it was wiped out by Lujan in support defensively, but he concedes a corner. Far side to near side for Philadelphia in the left attacking third. That was all created, though, by Danley Jean-Jacques, the Haitian international. He is extremely fast and athletic freak, is Jean-Jacques. Making his 13th start of the year in 14 appearances. And he has those legs and that ability after playing over an hour midweek in the U.S. Open Cup round of 16 triumph over Pittsburgh Riverhounds. He had a goal in that match in the 54th minute. 2-1 Philadelphia, minute number 70. And the corner far side to near side for Philadelphia. This will be a left-footed in-swinger. And it's delivered. It's got good pace, but good marking by Lujan. Punched it up in the air, and now Lujan's going to clear with the right foot. And Inter Miami's going to try and retrieve, and they do with Lionel Messi. He's going to send it into the right attacking half. Alba giving chase. Alba leading a 4-on-3. Alba outside left channel. Alba cross. Segovia header. Scores. We are level. But the flag is up. It's an offside. Segovia was offside. Oh, my goodness. The buildup was perfect. The feed from Alba was exceptional. The header from Segovia was pristine, but the flag was up. We're getting another look at this, and Segovia was clearly offside. He was about a step ahead of Jovan Lukic in the box. Oh, man. We were one step away from this being even 2-2. And instead, it's back to the drawing board for Inter Miami. But they are asking some serious questions here in this second half. And a foul against Segovia in the Philadelphia defensive half, far right touchline. Philadelphia is just starting to throw bodies to ground, hoping and wishing for whistles. Ariel with the latest flop job, and he earned the whistle from Drew Fisher. Cynical soccer, but Philadelphia has the advantage. I get it. In there, left attacking third. At the angle of the box right side, Sullivan's going to backtrack with the ball. Now he gets himself to the far right corner, and he simply pokes the ball off of Alba in that corner, and this will be a throw-in for Philadelphia right near that corner flag. 71-41, 71-42, 71-43 on the second half clock. Full house here at Subaru Park in Philadelphia. It is jammed to the brim. Here's a throw-in intended for Baribo right of the 6-yard box from the far side. Never got there, but it's still pinballing around in the box, and it somehow fell to Baribo, who has scored short range near post. Slots it in past Ustari. Another defensive disaster for Inter Miami, and it's 3-1 Philadelphia, and that's likely going to do it in the 73rd minute. How does that happen? And keep happening. Ty Baribo has a brace. That's his 13th goal of the year. And it's his 6th goal in the last not quite 4 matches. A throw-in headed away by Noah Allen. The ball's just chunked in. Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba both trying to get to the ball, and instead they're beaten to it just inside the top right border of the box by Jean-Jacques, and he swipes it on to Baribo for the goal. That is the third time that Inter Miami has been late on a ball that should have been dealt with tonight. All three goals have been because of that. The Quinn Sullivan curler off the short corner in the 7th minute. Ty Baribo's first goal in the 44th minute, and then that. And now Philadelphia Union back on the ball as Busquets, more sure this time, able to clear a ball that was floated to the box intended for Baribo. So Inter Miami, after pulling one back, concedes again. They have allowed 3 goals once again. They've conceded 23 times in over 7.5 matches, all competitions. It is a gut-wrenching stretch for this defense that started the year so soundly and stubbornly. Messi misplays a ball as he trips on the turf. And now here on the counter is Philadelphia. 3-on-2. Here's Baribo again in support in the right attacking half. Tries to feed it to Vasilev. It somehow made it to Jean-Jacques, but Ustari stoned him at the border of the 6-yard box. Baribo probably should have fed Jean-Jacques as opposed to the lesser ability Vasilev. And now we have a whistle and a foul, and a card is being shown, with Inter Miami trying to race back the other way. Vasilev is claiming Lujan pushed him in the back. Jean-Jacques still got a left foot on it after Vasilev left possession. And Ustari able to charge the ball and keep it from being a 4th goal. And then Bueno was called for the yellow. He was shown yellow. It's the 2nd Philadelphia yellow tonight. Vasilev has 1 and Bueno has 1. Inter Miami down 3-2. 75.5 minutes gone. And now Inter Miami is going to be given a yellow card. And that's Jordi Alba, I believe, who was on the receiving end of that from the referee, Drew Fisher. Alba is unhappy. This is, right now, an Inter Miami bunch that does not have a lot to be confident about. It's 1 step forward, 4 steps back. Vasilev has come out of the match for Philadelphia Union. And it's going to be Bruno Damiani, who converted a penalty in the U.S. Open Cup round of 16 win over Pittsburgh midweek, to replace him. Inter Miami nearing the border of the right attacking third. Segovia into the middle on his right foot. Traverses, now sends it near side. Wegan just outside the box. Whips in across. Suarez tried to get a head on it, but it was cleared away right side of the area. And now can Philadelphia Union get out on the run again? Here's Damiani going 1v1 against Lujan. And Lujan is able to direct the ball across the near left touchline, pinned him against it. That's a pretty good defensive play. Good effort there from Gonzalo Lujan. And Fafa Pico, a desperation substitution being made by Javier Mascherano. Inter Miami trying to pull 2 back. Get some sort of result. Down 3-1, 78th minute, and Lujan's night comes to an end. Oscar Ustari for Inter Miami in his box. Left side of this natural surface. Scoops up a dribbler. And Inter Miami on the ball. Inter Miami has Montreal upcoming this week. And then Columbus is the tune-up before the FIFA Club World Cup here in South Florida. And these are some precarious moments for this Inter Miami side, down 3-1. And about to drop even further down the table in the Eastern Conference. And with an international audience about to see this side that is doing nothing but concede goals. Inter Miami trying to provide some resistance. In the right attacking half, near right touchline, Cello gives it off short range to Busquets now in the middle channel near the center circle. Redondo scoops it back onto Wagon about 25 yards away against that near touchline. Trying to swipe across was Allende, and he mishit it and simply just delivers it along the end line to the right of goal. And Andrew Rick for Philadelphia is going to have a goal kick. Well, Inter Miami thought it had drawn level. We're watching a replay of the save that Ustari made on Jean-Jacques to keep it from being 4-1. And Ustari simply stuck out his right leg behind his left leg and saved the ball between the front of his leg and the ground, just pinned it while still standing, but showing some incredible agility. Inter Miami, though, thought it had drawn level 2-2 with the Segovia goal on the counter, but he was offside. And then moments later, Philadelphia hit a third to make it 3-1. Even though there's 10 minutes left, it feels pretty insurmountable. But can Inter Miami fight? Inside left channel, Fafa Pico. Right attacking third. Here's Suarez, heavy touch. Stayed on the ball, though. Swipes it back out, Redondo, 27 yards away. Short range, Messi. Messi trying to probe. Luis Suarez, a really poor touch. And Philadelphia able to clear it away. But Inter Miami back on the ball. Busquets had a delivery, take a deflection off of Damiani, but it goes to Alba. Alba from the outside left channel. Give it to Messi, tried to feed the box, blocked away. Inter Miami still has possession, though. Left flank, Messi pushes it back out, Noah Allen. Now Segovia tucked against the touchline, far side. Charging in, Noah Allen. Now Busquets in the middle. That entry feed is blocked away. Busquets, though, able to turn, get the ball back. Now Noah Allen floats it into the box. Wanted Allende, couldn't find it. Retrieving his way, got along the near right end line outside the area. He floats it to the middle, and a head is on it from Suarez, but he's not even close to directing it on goal, and it will float outside the far post and out of play for a goal kick. No, a corner was, no, it is a goal kick. It is a goal kick for Philadelphia. It went off of Suarez. Suarez and his struggles continue. He is just not much of a threat. And you can see his body language. Shoulders are shrugged. Head is down. And Javier Mascherano trying to keep it together from the touchline as he looks on. But what is going through that man's head? Such an illustrious playing career. He is in the same organization with former teammates he respects so vastly, and Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez. And this has just been a hellacious last 6 weeks for this side. And he's the man who has his name on the office door. He's in charge, and he is receiving plenty of heat for his side's performance, and they cannot seem to get back on track. Inter Miami, once again, gives the ball away as Alba was trying to pick out Messi, who was camped out on the left wing. And Philadelphia Union, some short-range passes, could not get it into their attacking half. And Federico Redondo able to poke it onto Messi. Messi able to spray to the outside. Luis Suarez left of the area. Suarez with a right foot, chests it into the middle. Knocked to the ground was Allende. The referee says play on. Allende chested it to ground, and then he was pushed in the back. Inter Miami has not been awarded a penalty all season long. Here's Fafa Pico driving in from the left side. Lays it off Allen, and his cross is deflected out of play across the end line. And Inter Miami is going to watch Philadelphia be awarded the ball. I believe that there was, no, it is a corner. It's a corner, far side to near side, brought to you by Lotto Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. 83 and a half minutes have expired. 3-1 Philadelphia. Here's Messi. Swipes the ball left of the box. All but couldn't get on the end of it. And it takes one hop across that end line. And Andrew Rick will have a Philadelphia Union goal kick. 3-1 is the advantage for Philadelphia. And as we look at that Philadelphia touchline, looks like Frankie Westfield is going to come on here momentarily for Bradley Carnell. What a job he has done with Philadelphia Union, a side that finished 12th in the East a year ago. They are on the verge of 32 points in the table. They had 37 all of last year in the table, finishing 12th in the league. They are just 5 away, and we're not even in June if this result holds, which is 3-1 Philadelphia in the 85th minute. Fafa Pico, right attacking third. Step over against Herrio. Lays it off to Jordi Alba, left of the box. His cross does not find anybody but the right foot of a Philadelphia Union defender. He swipes it out of danger. And then this is chunked high in the air from the defensive half to the left attacking portion for Philadelphia. Tons of contact. 2 bodies hit the ground. Damiani for Philadelphia, Busquets for Inter Miami. The referee says, get up, and we play on. Alba, far left touchline for Inter Miami. Navigates the ball to Messi in the middle. Out of Suarez, back to Messi. He's cut down outside the penalty arc, and this is going to be a card against Philadelphia and a free kick coming for Inter Miami just beyond the penalty D. That was good 1-2 action. We have not seen a lot of it in the last month and a half from Suarez and Messi, but that worked. Messi to Suarez, and then the easy call from the referee and the yellow shown to Jacob Glesnes. So Glesnes is in the book. It's the 3rd card shown to Philadelphia Union tonight. Quinn Sullivan will come off to a rousing ovation. Westfield will replace him. The first goal of the night, 7th minute, came courtesy of a set play. Quinn Sullivan off of a corner. A beautiful curling ball from the left of the box with a right foot that tucked inside the far post. Here's a free kick from Lionel Messi. This comes from 23 yards. Straight on, direct free kick. Messi approaches, and he scores! Upper left! Messi planted it! A signature free kick goal for Lionel Messi. Inter Miami back within 1 with 4 minutes left to go. Messi 6th of the year and vintage magic from the greatest of all time. It's the first free kick tally of 2025 for Lionel Messi. And Inter Miami has about 4 or 5 minutes to try and find another and equalize. Beat Andrew Rick, upper left, extreme precision. So Lionel Messi back in the goal scoring book after only collecting 2 in his last 5 all competitions. But now Inter Miami needs to get back in possession. They've had a goal wiped off tonight thanks to an offside. Philadelphia Union on the charge, right of the box. Jean-Jacques to Baribo, and he is denied point blank by Ustari on the near post. Inter Miami trying to push numbers forward. Got hit on the counter, and Ustari keeps it 3-2 Philadelphia. But that was nearly a hat trick for Ty Baribo. And what a run from Jean-Jacques. And a left-legged hockey save for Ustari. Ustari, all things considered, and yes, Philadelphia scored 3. He's had a pretty good night. This should be much worse than the 3-2 scoreline. 88-19, 88-20, 88-21. Corner kick. Far side to near side, Philadelphia. It's delivered. It sails over everybody. It's across the end line. And a goal kick for Inter Miami. They have got to get up the pitch. We have not had the declaration of added time yet. We have about 90 seconds remaining of full time before we have the stoppage time added. We're still waiting for that number. Inter Miami down 3-2. The 2 goals from Tadeo Allende and Lionel Messi. Good ball forward. Allende right of the box on a delivery from Messi. Low cross. Pico is there, but he was tackled off the ball at the last moment. It was nearly level. Desperate defending. Keeps it 3-2 Philadelphia. What extreme effort from Philadelphia Union. It looked like that ball from Allende was going to find a late charging Pico. And a game-saving tackle from Nathan Harriel. And now problems, and Philadelphia has scored off the restart. But now the referee is going to say offside as Damiani had taken off. Nobody accounted for him. Inter Miami wasn't ready for play to restart. Ustari came out to try and get to the ball. Damiani chipped it right past him from left of the box, 25 yards out. It went into the goal, but the referee said no, offside. So Inter Miami back on it. We have hit the full 90. Still haven't seen the added time number. 3-2 Philadelphia. Inter Miami desperately trying to grab a point on the road. Show some resolve in what has been a really difficult evening, a really difficult last week, a really difficult last month and a half. 5 additional minutes. And the crowd reacts. Extra time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q6 e-tron today. Local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Wagon. Outside right channel, near right touch line. Now to Segovia driving towards the box. To Messi in the penalty yard. Lays it off. Suarez wanted to play it through to Messi. Messi was dragged down. The referee says play on. Suarez is incensed. He is furious. He is exhibiting rage. And he's got to be careful so he doesn't pick up a card for dissent. Messi had the back of his jersey grabbed by Jean-Jacques, but I'm not sure there was enough there for the referee to point to the spot. I understand the frustration for Suarez. Certainly it looked like Messi, who was making a diagonal run to the left side of the area trying to get behind the defense, had his path impeded, but I don't know if there was enough there. But Inter Miami's back in possession. And then Federico Redondo is going to be called for a foul, trying to shield off a Philadelphia player. An inadvertent elbow hit the face of Damiani, and Redondo goes in the book after all of that. Redondo was trying to shield Damiani off the ball and made contact with his right elbow to the jaw of Damiani. 91-50, 91-51. 5 additional minutes in this match. 3-2 Philadelphia Union on top. Can Inter Miami find a way to draw level and pick up an improbable point on the road? Damiani had the physio come out. Not going to question the pain level. That was a pretty solid elbow, but Damiani certainly has every reason to want to make sure he stays down for as long as possible here, trying to tick down time. Redondo had to come on in the first half in place of Yannick Bride, who appears as if he has suffered a hamstring injury for Inter Miami. And what a loss that would be. Not only for the MLS slate, but the upcoming FIFA Club World Cup. Philadelphia drills the ball out of play. Inter Miami in the left defensive third. Wagon gave it away to Philadelphia. Damiani set it to Jean-Jacques. Jean-Jacques into the middle and off the crossbar. A shot just beyond the penalty spot by Lukic. He put it off the woodwork. And Inter Miami survives that sequence. They nearly give it away. A sliding Damiani almost picked off a ball right outside Inter Miami's box, but here comes Messi. Messi in the center circle into the right attacking half. He's got some heavy legs, and he's going to give it off to Noah Allen, who comes into the attack. Left channel, 30 yards away. We have played 3.5 minutes of 5 extra. Messi into the middle for Redondo. Sweeps it to the near side. Wagon faked across, made his way to the corner, and he tried to deliver a cross that went off of the face of a Philadelphia Union defender. That was Faulkner, and Wagon won it right back. Segovia to the right of the penalty arc, to the left side of the box. That was a poor delivery, but a worse clearance for Philadelphia, and it's won by Alba. Messi to Pico, back to Messi. Messi nutmegs a man to Segovia. Segovia, right foot scored from the top of the box. Telasco Segovia has drawn us level 3-3 with a minute left to play. Inter Miami on the verge of stealing a point on the road. What guts! What fortitude from Inter Miami! They put on pressure and more pressure, and it pays off. And Segovia's drawn us level 3-3. Absolutely incredible. Messi, beautiful pass, nutmeg to Segovia, who at the top of the box blasted it by a diving Rick. It sails into the upper right. And Inter Miami is somehow, some way, going to leave the city of brotherly love with a point. We are past 5 minutes gone. We are just moments away from the final whistle. Well, it was ugly most of the night from Inter Miami. But this is the type of fight, the type of drive that makes you believe again if you're in that locker room. Have to see it through, though. It is 3-3. Philadelphia Union left attacking half. Lukic on his right foot. He nearly had a goal moments ago. He hit it off the crossbar, and Inter Miami would answer moments later. Here's a cross into the box. Segovia able to clear it away, but not out of danger. Westfield controls for Philadelphia right of the area. To the end line. He whips it across, and Jean-Jacques missed a wide-open header unmarked at the top of the 6-yard box. Near disaster for Inter Miami. Jean-Jacques just put it over the bar, and now Inter Miami is trying to race forward. Jean-Jacques just trucked Jordi Alba, and Jean-Jacques is shown a yellow. The referee looks like he's going to allow Inter Miami one final run down the pitch. What a wild second half this has been. And there's the final whistle off the restart. Inter Miami with a gutsy, gritty draw on the road against the top team in the Eastern Conference. Inter Miami will continue to be mystified and infuriated at just how inconsistent the defense is, but the Inter Miami attack clawed and scratched and urgently collected enough to save the day and get Inter Miami at least a point on the road. Inter Miami gets goals from Allende, his 5th, Messi, his 6th. And then the dramatic goal in added time from Telasco Segovia. The substitution with his 4th tally of the year. And it's a 3-3 draw. Man of the match honors. This one's difficult. I don't think you can give it to anybody defensively. But I do think that Lionel Messi, after the goal and then the beautiful between-the-legs feed that set up the Segovia goal, Lionel Messi, and I know I'm probably taking the easy way out here, but he is the man of the match for Inter Miami. A 3-3 draw in an absolute thriller on a Saturday night just outside of Philadelphia. I want to thank Oscar Gonzalez, on-site engineer. Mike Rizzo is about to have your post-game show, your final scoreline for a final time from Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. Inter Miami 3, Philadelphia Union 3. I'm Ken LaVicka. Mike Rizzo is next in West Palm Beach. It's Inter Miami football.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. It's not just a new EV, it's a new way to experience driving. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. The next chapter of Audi is here.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
Get ready to elevate your driving experience with the all-new 2025 Range Rover Velar P250 Dynamic SE. A stunning blend of luxury performance and technology that will make every drive unforgettable. Right now, you can lease the new Velar for just $809 per month for 36 months. Yes, only $809 a month for a luxury SUV that sets new standards on the road. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take advantage of this incredible offer. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 24 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and Men's Lacrosse title. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
Here's a free kick from Lionel Messi. This comes from 23 yards. Straight on direct free kick. Messi approaches and he scores! Upper left! Messi planted it! A signature free kick goal for Lionel Messi. Inter Miami back within one with 4 minutes left to go. Messi, 6th of the year, and vintage magic from the greatest of all time.
Inter Miami outplaying Philadelphia in that second half. Welcome on in, folks, to the post-game show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron today. What a swing. What a turn of events in that second half. If you were here for the halftime show, we were doom and gloom. I was doomsdaying 2-0 at half. One shot on target, and it was Lionel Messi. But Inter Miami, got to give some credit here to Javier Mascherano. I know a lot of people very, very hard on the gaffer right now, but to get his team to respond the way they did in the second half and to pick up a point on the road, arguably could have won that one too if Fafa Pico finds a foot on that last-ditch effort with about 93 to go, in about the 93rd minute. Could have been walking away with that one with a full 3. But give some credit to Mascherano and the gaffer after a 3-3 draw in Philadelphia. Goals by Allende, Messi, Segovia, Sullivan, and then Baribo twice for Philadelphia. Let's take a look at the match facts. Inter Miami, as they always do, winning the possession 66-34. Inter Miami had a 1.4 XG comparatively to Philadelphia's 2.97. There were 29 total shots in the game, 17 for Philadelphia, 12 for Inter Miami. 5 shots on target for the Herons, 7 shots on target for Philadelphia, and 5 big chances for Philly comparatively to 1 for our Herons. A couple of yellow cards in the game as well. I was a little worried there about Federico Redondo. Gave an elbow late in that game. It could have been a red card. Turns out it was only a yellow. I'm hoping the league doesn't take a look into that, but I think Federico Redondo going to get away with a yellow. But Ian Frey, Jordi Alba, and Redondo, the ones who picked up yellows for the Inter Miami Herons. Vasilev Bueno, Glesnes, and Danley Jean-Jacques, they picked up the yellow cards for Philadelphia. Final score, 3-3 in Philadelphia. Those are your match facts. We will be back with the highlights on the postgame show on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
May is National Burger Month, so grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's Sports Grill for a big Burger Blitz celebration. Enjoy Duffy's award-winning half-pound certified Angus beef original cheeseburger and french fries, starting at just $8.99 with the purchase of any beverage. Plus, don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks, all day, every day. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more, and remember, at Duffy's, our game is always on.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Low cross! Pico is there, but he was tackled off the ball at the last moment. It was nearly level. Desperate defending. Keeps it 3-2 Philadelphia.
Inter Miami would end up finding a third goal to tie this one 3-3, and that's how it ended in full time. I mentioned Tadeo Allende, Lionel Messi, and Tlasco Segovia getting in for the Herons all in the second half. Welcome on back to the post-game show here on your Inter Miami radio network with ESPN 1063. Your final score, 3-3. Inter Miami picks up the draw on the road, and it is now time to go through the highlights presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealer today. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. Tale of two halves. Philadelphia dominated that first half. Wasn't even close, to be honest, in the first half. But Inter Miami came screaming back in that second half outside of the Ty Baribo brace that he picked up in the 73rd minute. But let's start off in the first half where Sullivan, who has had a busy last couple of weeks, Quinn Sullivan got the call from the United States national team, and Pochettino, the head coach, the gaffer of the national team for the United States side. Let's hear Sullivan opening up the scoring for Philadelphia in the 7th minute.
And it's a short corner. Left side of the box, and what a shot and a goal! Right foot curler, left side of the area and inside the far post. That is a magnificent Philadelphia Union goal. And Ustari flat-footed did not stand a chance.
And it was a wonder goal, to Ken's point there. I mean, a curler, a finesse, the right to left. Really beautiful goal by Sullivan. Was surprised, this was a short corner. No Inter Miami player followed Sullivan, who took it short, was able to switch feet inside the box and score that goal. Let's listen to Lionel Messi almost, or rather, let's hear Messi's first shot on goal. This was the only highlight I had, folks, of Inter Miami in that first half. Let's hear Messi's first shot on target and our Herons' only shot on target within the half.
Came from 23 yards out with a left foot from Messi. It went through the legs of Owetu Makanya, but Rick was able to do a good job and see it into his chest.
Now here is the second goal in the 44th minute, right before half. Ty Baribo, who would be the Golden Boot winner at the end of the year if things ended now. Baribo, the leading scorer within the MLS, had a brace today. Let's take a listen to his first goal in the first half.
Now Vasilev, left side of the box, headed it into the middle, and then Lujan's late to get there. Here's Baribo, scored! That is unacceptable from the Inter Miami defense. hesitation, and Baribo has his 12th goal of the year. It's 2-0, Philadelphia Union. The defensive dysfunction is killing this football team.
I could argue 2 self-inflicted goals for the Herons. I kind of blame the first one on nobody marking Sullivan when he took the corner short. He was able to, as I've already said, he was able to switch his feet, finesse it on in on that far side, right side post, going right to left, and then that one right there. I mean, you heard our very own Ken Levicka on the call, the great one. I mean, unacceptable defense there by the Herons. But folks, let's get to the good news, because the good news is Inter Miami outplayed the hell out of Philadelphia in the second half. Let's listen to it all start with Tadio Allende finding the back of the net, making it 2-1.
Sweeps it left of the area, Noah Allen. His feet into the box, and a goal! Tadio Allende unmarked on a beautiful feed from Allen, and Allende's pulled one back. He's able to blast it by Rick with a soaring tally. Inter Miami within 1. It's 2-1, and it's game on at the hour mark.
Tadio Allende has 3 goals in his last 3 games for the Inter Miami Herons. He had a brace in San Jose. Nobody scored in the Florida Derby last weekend against Orlando City. But tonight, Allende getting in the back of the net once again. That is 3 goals in 3 fixtures for Allende. This is the one I think Javier Mascherano and our Inter Miami Herons are going to be kicking themselves in the back of the heels on. Ty Baribo scores here and makes it 3-1. The part that stinks is that the possession before this, Inter Miami almost finds the back of the net, and then immediately after, Ty Baribo answers with this, his brace and his 13th goal within the MLS.
It's still pinballing around in the box, and it somehow fell to Baribo, who has scored short range near post. Slots it in past Ustari. Another defensive disaster for Inter Miami. And it's 3-1 Philadelphia. And that's likely going to do it in the 73rd minute.
Now, to Ken's point there, all 3 goals for Inter Miami darn near self-inflicted. It looked pretty dark, but Lionel Messi, that shot of hope that the Herons needed.
Here's a free kick from Lionel Messi. This comes from 23 yards. Straight on, direct free kick. Messi approaches, and he scores! Upper left! Messi planted it! A signature free kick goal for Lionel Messi. Inter Miami back within 1 with 4 minutes left to go. Messi 6th of the year, and vintage magic from the greatest of all time.
And for Messi, as Ken mentioned, his 6th goal on the season, that came in the 87th minute. More late drama, and Inter Miami playing thief on the road, being down 3-1 in this game. They tied up 3-3 and pick up a point.
And it's won by Alba. Messi to Pico. Back to Messi. Messi nutmegs a man to Segovia. Segovia, right foot scored from the top of the box. Telasco Segovia has drawn us level 3-3 with a minute left to play. Inter Miami on the verge of stealing a point on the road. What guts! What fortitude from Inter Miami! They put on pressure and more pressure, and it pays off. And Segovia's drawn us level 3-3. Absolutely incredible.
Your final score does end at 3-3. Those are your highlights presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive the brand new Q6 e-tron. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. We're taking our final timeout. When we return, we'll preview the next 2 matchups for the Inter Miami Herons. Got games on Wednesday and Saturday. Busy week here on the Inter Miami Radio Network coming up next week. We'll tell you more about it in our final segment on the Inter Miami postgame show.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at kaisergolfcenter.com.
Introducing DQ Grill and Chill's new sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips. A basket of 100% all white meat seasoned chicken strips now being served with blue cheese or ranch dressing dips. The blizzard of the month is s'mores and mixing bowl mashup. Fresh cookie dough bites and brownie batter for a unique sweet treat. Don't forget a DQ Grill and Chill cake this season. Stop in and pick one up or get a custom order. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
And it's won by Alba. Messi to Pico. Back to Messi. Messi nutmegs a man to Segovia. Segovia, right foot scored from the top of the box. Telasco Segovia has drawn us level 3-3 with a minute left to play. Inter Miami at the verge of stealing a point on the road. What guts! What fortitude from Inter Miami! They put on pressure and more pressure, and it pays off. And Segovia's drawn us level 3-3. Absolutely incredible.
Inter Miami playing thief, stealing a point on the road. They were down 3-1 in the second half. Charge back late to get that 3-3 tie and a point on the table. Speaking of that MLS Eastern Conference table, Philadelphia now with 30 points. Looked like that they were going to get the full 3 and be at 32. They get a point after our Herons draw level with them at full time. The Herons, speaking of Inter Miami, 6th on the table. They are at 23 points. They are still sitting at 14 games played. They have a game in hand on a lot of the teams within the MLS, so that's something to keep an eye on. Now, FC Cincinnati plays tomorrow. They will have a chance to be in sole possession of first place within that Eastern Conference. Not going to be an easy feat, though. Atlanta United is the team, that Mercedes-Benz Stadium, a tough place to play. I know that Atlanta not having the season that they thought. They only have 2 wins, 2, 5, and 7. 7 losses for Atlanta. Not this season that we thought they were going to have after getting Miguel Almiron back from Newcastle. They got their striker from Middlesbrough as well, Latzi Lat. Not having the season so far that they thought, but certainly a tough place to play. But keep an eye on that FC Cincinnati game. If they pick up the win, they will be in sole possession of first place. Now, our Inter Miami Herons, I mentioned, we're going to look forward here. The Herons are going to be at home against Montreal, 7:30 on Wednesday. It's a home fixture, 2 straight home fixtures for our Herons. So Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, May 28th, they are at home against Montreal, and then Saturday at home against Columbus. So no rest for the wary for Inter Miami. They got 2 fixtures coming up, one of them against a top team in Columbus, and you just had a fixture against the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference in Philadelphia. So Coach Mascherano and Inter Miami back in the lab after picking up the draw, being down as many as 3-1 in the second half. Before we wrap up here, the Seattle Sounders up 1-0 on FC Dallas. San Diego FC, or rather, these are full-time scores, excuse me. Seattle beats FC Dallas 1-0. San Diego beats LA Galaxy 2-1. Montreal and LAFC draw 2-2. Charlotte finally ends their 5-game nightmare losing streak. They beat Columbus 3-2 at home. DC United loses to New York Red Bulls 2-0. Orlando City stays hot. They win 1-0 against Portland. Our Inter Miami Herons obviously tied Philadelphia 3-3. And then FC Toronto falls to Nashville 2-1. Couple of late night fixtures happening right now. Minnesota United tied with FC Dallas 1-1. That's in the 64th minute. Sporting Kansas City up 3-2 on New England. That's in the 64th minute. The Rapids in St. Louis are level in the 10th minute. Excuse me. And then Real Salt Lake and Vancouver. Salt Lake up 2-1 on Vancouver in the 22nd minute. Your late night soccer after dark tonight is San Jose against Houston. Shout out my good buddy Glenn Davis, who will be on the call for the Houston Dynamo. And then tomorrow, NYCFC against Chicago, and Atlanta United, I mentioned, against FC Cincinnati. That Atlanta United home versus FC Cincinnati. That game, if Cincinnati wins, it gets to full 3. They will be in sole possession in first place. Our final score on the Inter Miami Radio Network, 3-3. Our Herons picking up a huge point on the road. Let's hope this is the turning point for our gaffer, Javier Mascherano, as the Herons were down 3-1, and this one came screaming back in the second half. I will see you all here Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I go live with the pregame, Inter Miami and Montreal. We will get the ball rolling around 7:38 with Ken Levicka pitch side, but I'll open up the pregame at 7 o'clock, Inter Miami and Montreal. And then next Saturday, big Eastern Conference matchup between Inter Miami and Columbus. A lot of thank yous to go around. Thank you to our great buddy, the great one, Ken Levicka, the voice of the Inter Miami Herons. Did a fantastic job, as always, tonight. Oscar Gonzalez, the OG, on-site producer. Our general manager, Stephanie Prince. Our content director, Brian Rowitz. I'm Mike Rizzo. We'll catch you 7 o'clock Wednesday. Herons, Montreal. See you there.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on ESPN 106.3.